We're back.
Hey, we back.
Hey. What's up?
What's up?
Hey,
We're
what's
here.
How we doing?
All right. I have some quick things to go over that we're changing about the game.
We are quitting.
we're-
Oh no.
We're not playing Starfinder anymore. You guys are stuck on wherever you are. All the spaceships have blown up all at the same time. Feels bad.
Oh, that's well. Is not Absalom? Is the station that we're on like technically a spaceship? So that also. Okay.
No, it can't move. It's a station. No. We're gonna change and or modify 3 different rules. I will start with what I call optional kinda massive damage rule. So the massive damage rule in Starfinder is if you ever take your HP, if you ever go down to 0 and then take more damage to go to your max HP, you die immediately. We're gonna add in that if you ever take half of your max HP in one hit, that you will take an injury to your body. So we have a chart that we're gonna run. Oh, we got a big raid. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. We're playing Starfinder. I am explaining some optional rules we're adding in, and then we're gonna get into some crazy downtime. So hello, thank you for the raid. Follow if you like ttrpgs. We love you.
So we are basically starting off with some injury in a varying like stages, right? We're not like always debilitating. We're just gonna add that in to add some RP enjoyment from it all. I like it. I think it's gonna add a lot.
Yeah, it's an opt-in thing. There's gonna be a table people roll on if they take a big hit, kind of thing. It could be anywhere from a minor to a major injury. Most of them are minor. Percent chances it's gonna be a minor, like a scar, and that's it. Second rule, CMD checks are impossibly hard in Starfinder. We found out in our first major combat. They are
asterisk, if you're not built for it, which the majority of us aren't.
Which most people don't build a character going, all I want to do is grapple. So what we're going to do is so CMD checks are KAC plus 8 normally. So like to break a grapple, it's KAC plus 8. All that good stuff, which is really hard.
Because monsters are ridiculous when it comes to KAC.
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to add that you can take a full round action to do whatever CMD check you want to, and it is KAC plus 4. It gives like an extra 15% chance to succeed. Instead of having to roll a natural 20, you can roll like natural 15 or above and probably get it.
It's very generous of Waffles because he's giving us a chance.
Yeah.
This is in honor of
even if you build
Moat.
for it, it's very hard.
Yeah, this is in honor of Moten, the tentacle monster.
Yeah, no, that was an unpleasant experience for the most part.
Never again.
It was just
Moat,
one
never
long
again.
hug that waved you around a lot.
It was unpleasant
And
for the
bit
most
me.
part.
The biting was really the worst part, honestly.
You are still talking
Yeah.
about the. Okay, no, all right.
I don't see a problem,
Alright.
Syrup. It works in all directions.
It works in all directions. It's true. What's the third rule, Waffles?
The third rule is we're going to import the disabled rule from Pathfinder, and we're going to call it Last Stand. So upon dropping to 0, and it doesn't have to be exactly 0 since you can't go negative here, you're allowed to spend 1 resolve point right then and there to instead take your last stand. All this does is allow you to stay conscious at 0 hit points, and if you happen to not take more damage and still fall to dying, you get to take 1 move or 1 standard action, no full round actions, and when you take that action, you still fall unconscious.
I think that's awesome because one of the best things about Starfinder is like resolve points and how they're very story flavored, which is literally like your resolve to like stay alive. So the fact that I could like spend a resolve point knowing that you're gonna get unconscious and then have to spend another one to stabilize anyways. So basically you're like committing to spending 2 whole resolve points to take that last stand and do that one last ditch effort to like get away or something. So I think that's sick. I'm ready. I like all these rules.
Heck yeah. As a quick recap for all the people that just came in, we just got back to Absalom Station. the crew basically gave
Became
up an
Starfinders.
artificial intelligence to join the Starfinder Society, and now they're cool people, kinda. Some of them are in major debt. Let's start with the crew that is on the ship that decided not to sleep in the penthouse and get free food.
What losers?
There's that Moat
We're cool.
and Tetsu. What are y'all doing? What's your plans? What's the downtime plan?
You know, to be
Don't you
fair,
wanna
there's
go
technically still free food on the ship because it was, rations from the Starfinder Society anyway. So, I mean,
Cut to
look,
Zeha eating like strawberries.
don't blame us for not taking use of the highest end of food when they're gonna bust our balls over 1,000 credits.
Well, I was gonna say, didn't the two of you the ones that took the debt too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
why
two
would we
were
go
all
like,
worth it.
okay, we'll
Flush
take your
with
1,000
gas.
credits.
Yeah, just check it.
Why would we take the credits and then go to the obviously more expensive than 1,000 credits a night thing
Because you
with
don't gotta
oodles of
pay.
food?
It's free.
But why wouldn't
be
they
fair.
bust your balls over it? You don't know if you don't have to pay yet. They could just be
That's
screwing
fair.
you over.
Kid's responsibility.
Just wait till we get the bill in the morning.
Moat and Tetsu.
Exactly.
And Tetsu are the kind that would just not enjoy pampered little plush sheets.
Yeah, pretty much.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the plan?
Oh. What you doing?
Well, Moat's plan is generally to, at very first, they want to take a look at the CR4 robot parts that they picked up from the Guardians that were inside the lab on Arcanon. See if they can take plenty of time to take 20 and make sure there's nothing useful out of that. If there is, depending on what it is, Moat might sell it, but then Moat will also try to sell the rest of the scraps in the, forget what it was called that you said. The bot scrap location on the station. Other than that, Moat wants to take the 1,000 credits and go purchase some industrial coveralls, get a little bit extra AC and some just overall better clothes. It's time for an upgrade. Moat's been wearing these for years, so in that respect, Moat will also be trying to sell their coveralls to anybody that might be able to wear this size. Pretty sure it's a child size essentially, but I mean,
Do you want to
I'm
protect
sure someone
your
could use
kid?
it.
Yeah. In hazardous
Look,
industrial
I mean, honestly,
situations.
this thing works real well. I have been on the moon with these. They are worth way more than asking price for normal ones. Like, come on, moon dust.
They're also
Every
covered
kid.
in spores from the
That's
thing
true.
that bit you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you were
We
infected.
cleaned them off.
You took your dry cleaning first, I hope.
I'm not very infected.
Kid, you want some
We did when we got
adaptation
on the ship.
serum?
Look,
The kid grows to
don't
7
ask,
foot tall
and I won't tell.
immediately. All right. Tetsu, what are you doing?
Similarly to Moat, Tetsu is taking apart the robot that he brought on board. However, for much less practical and helpful reasons, he has basically turned the scrap parts into somewhat mechanical, like basic like bots that are attached to toys and things for the foxes underneath his bed,
Oh my
and
god.
like
Okay.
play tunnels and stuff like that. He can't see them, but he enjoys the sound of them scampering around under the bed playing. So he's
did you try
giving
to
them fun things to play with.
put little bells, like give them collars with little bells so you always know where they are even if you can't see them? Because that'd be smart.
Tetsu does that.
That doesn't sound like a Tetsu idea at all.
He
I would-
put it in the group chat, sent pictures of like what he was doing, and
Oh, okay. Wait, that 2 points. One, Zeha definitely, when she's going shopping, would like go see the pet store and see these little things, and it would like shoot a picture to Tetsu. So don't worry about that. But then two, have you tried taking a picture of them without you looking?
That's a good question.
So we have these, just to like clarify, right? We have these like fennec fox looking animals. Foxes, but they're glitched foxes in some very weird way that we have yet to figure out. And so every time we see them, we look at them, they disappear out of literal existence.
They get scared.
So
they run away.
So Carrick had a thought, and Tetsu, I wasn't sure how would come to this thought, but first he does attempt to take a picture of the foxes when he's not looking, and see if that works.
It doesn't.
Oh.
Okay, because
They're never there.
Carrick's thought was wonder if that plant is actually still in place, and it just every time we're looking at it, it's just not there.
Oh. We didn't even try that. Rip.
But as Tetsu gets this idea from Zeha and finds out he can't see the foxes, he's like, well, moving on. And so yeah,
the only thing that would probably throw you off of that too is Dr. Lin, like I think it was you or Dr. Lin. I think it was Dr. Lin that emptied his bag completely, or was that you?
No, that was Dr.
Yeah,
Lin.
that's me. They're
Yeah.
not physically there. Yeah.
Oh.
So Dr. Lin like emptied his bag completely, left the Fennec Fox in there, and then when he tried to look, he felt his bag get lighter.
Yeah, like they weren't invisible. They
poo.
do not
Like,
exist.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
Which is
They
why.
go in a pocket plane.
Mhm.
Okay,
Shit.
so what we're gonna start with? Wait, go ahead.
Well, that was his first little thing, but
That's all
really,
you're ever gonna do.
so really, what he's doing for the rest of his stuff is he is basically heading out to do a bit of shopping himself and take a surgery day to get some upgrades implanted in. You know, normal things that you guys do, right? He's got some ports that need upgrades.
Excuse me, work. I just need a surgery day. Thanks.
Yeah.
I need an upgrade day. So I have some opinions on this. I will judge you in character later, but my thought is, look. You're in Absalom Station.
Look.
Just listen. You're in Absalom Station. It's not like you have a personal doctor here or anything like that. You're like going around shopping, being like, "Yo, can you do surgery? Can you basically like cut off?" No, Dr. Lin is not
What am I?
You're like
Chopped
not,
jelly.
I'm assuming.
I have spent your downtime, Dr. Len. It's
Look,
fine.
like there's veterinarians and there's like health doctors and like dentists versus like other practitioners. I'm assuming there's a specialization in body upgrades, which Dr. Len is not.
You don't know that.
He's
True.
barely a doctor.
I could
I was
be.
about to say he's definitely never been asked.
That's fair.
He
that's
just
fair.
got
He
his
also-
license.
I don't even know if he has gotten his license back.
No, the Starfinder
Nate said
Society
I was
just
going
gave
to
him
get
one.
one.
I mean, they're gonna
They-
issue him
yeah.
one, but does he have it yet?
They said they were routing papers up and they were going to issue him one.
Yeah. So he's not even still technically a
That
doctor yet.
means
but
I
anyways.
am. It's
Point-
potato.
Point
Cement.
being, right, like Zeha grew up on the Adari and she had her family doctor, whoever that people go to for this thing, and she just looks aghast as Tetsu just goes off being like, I'm gonna go find some random doctor to like modify my body. Just think about that. Think about if you went to like New York City and found a doctor like off the street.
To be fair, that is essentially what Tetsu is doing.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
normal, and he is comfortable with that. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't see anything weird or wrong about it. He's
Yep.
used to that.
He's just going to a rip dot.
I mean, he's basically
kinda.
a Beverly Hills
Yeah.
housewife, right? Like, he's basically just going
Can I
to
go
get
for
his
some
face
Botox,
lifted.
please?
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what he's doing.
My horn's not feeling strong anymore. Can you do something with that? And then
Is that it?
the last thing he is doing is heading to the defensive arms, the Diamond Defense and Surplus.
Yep.
Yeah, and going to see if they have some work that is acceptable to Tetsu's temperament, and he's going to try to get like Moat or somebody else to go with him. So.
And the Secrec, I think. I know you mentioned something about that at one time. If you're not, that's fine.
I figured we'd go there, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, both places really.
All right. Well, let's start out with Moat. You take 20 on the robot. What is 20 plus your engineering skill?
30.
Okay. You can either have 60 credits or 1 universal build point. which for people that don't know, universal build points are kind of a alternative currency that is used as it's a numerical currency for favors. It's kind of how you're able to upgrade your ship. You turn in a bunch of favors, get these people to work on your ship. Like, you're still paying money, you don't pay for ships with credits, because they would be millions of credits. And then a level 2 party would sell a ship.
Do it.
Or a GM wouldn't be allowed to give them a ship. And then you get it.
Build points, do it.
But like 60 credits though, like I'm in debt. Come on, man. No, I'm taking the universal build point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. So basically, that's what you get out of it. Is like you find some pieces to what could upgrade your ship, like some pieces you're missing down in the engine room, blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, this would be perfect for this, and this could go here,
Well,
and
I like to
you
think he
save them, stash them, and you're good.
He goes
I just
to
want
like
to clarify something.
Yeah.
You said your ship, so thank you. I'll take the deed. Moat, get the deed. Sign it.
Checkmate.
Your future ship,
Yeah.
your next ship, yeah. You
not
have
what you're
one
implying.
universal build point for
A ship.
your ship,
A
ship,
a
yeah.
potential future.
or when
your
you have
ship.
a ship.
Yeah.
My fault for assuming you wouldn't spend it on someone else's ship. You have one universal build point to spend anywhere you would like. There you go, Tetsu.
I think that Mo made a friend with like some like mechanic by the station. You know what I mean? Like traded
sure.
him some of these materials and like for a connect.
Yeah.
I love to
okay, so we... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I love to think that he like dug through this like chest cavity of the robot like a trash panda and pulled out like some circuit board, like
what's
it was like a
this?
great prize.
Yes.
And it was like,
Excellent.
Meanwhile,
Just
you
dumps the
walk.
rest of the robot out of the trash chute into space.
Meanwhile, like Tetsu walks by with like the same part, but it's got like fluffy toys spinning on it. He heads to his room.
Okay, that leads us to where Moat and Tetsu are about to leave. So let's pop over to Zeha, Dr. Lin, and Eisen. Is there anything you guys are doing prior to like actually leaving the room? And then we'll start bouncing around.
Prior to leaving the room, Zeha will like just shoot a message and connect with her friend Poe that she was previously hanging out with on Absalom Station, just to see if he's around and if he wants to meet up later or something like that. But that's about it.
Okay. You get a message back that he is currently out, but he will be back in about a day.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Eisen or the other person, Dr. Lin.
Everybody forgets about the doctor. Do we have a doctor on board? No? All right.
yes.
Guys, I think I'm gonna skip town, head to a different space station. It was nice meeting you.
Sometimes
You
I
cannot
I'm sure that'll
leave.
work out great for somebody on the run.
Oh.
Like Eisen will let you leave at this point. Good luck with that.
Dr. Lin, I wiped your existence from this video record. You owe me. Oh, we never
I am
cleared
in
that
so
up.
much debt.
Because I forgot. We took the thing on board with us, the whole computer from that lab. Because I had failed the check to erase the data, but in the trip back, I would have continued to try to erase that data. I'm assuming eventually succeeding.
You're gonna erase it just completely, basically?
No, because I honestly, there was like a stupid DC and I rolled like really bad the first time, but typically I wouldn't be,
Yeah.
it's not very difficult for me overall. So I was just trying to erase what we had discussed the first time, I believe, which was
Okay.
from our time forward, like from when we got there.
Okay. Easy enough that happens. If you try to do anything else with it, let me know. But like that's easy. Like you could have just took 20 and made it. So
Did we give it over to the Starfighter Society in the discussions of?
they didn't ask for it.
All right.
I will make note. I would make note and remind everyone that morning of like we probably should just give that to them just for safekeeping.
Yeah, Moat
Alright.
copied all the data off of it too, so.
We did tell them about the what their faces are, Dr. Lin's
Yeah.
nemesis.
Yep.
The
Dr. Lin or
tellers-
Eisen?
Yeah, tellers and a rim.
Yeah.
Eisen made both tea and coffee, taking advantage of how swanky the room is for everyone
Nice.
in the morning.
I'm sorry, I did not
and
specify
he
the
didn't-
food intake that I did.
But like
I had
he
a
very
bologna
specifically
sandwich.
made everyone like tea and coffee in a very specific way in the morning, considering they had it at their disposal.
Is it?
Ominous.
Do you do it in like a Shimon-Sara specialty kind of way?
Yeah, like I think so. Like he would have just gone through the process of like, here is the morning ritual that like I have the process of doing it, so I'm gonna do it because it's so rare to have everything I need.
Zeha would be like
Nice
asking
and
you questions
gravelly.
about that, by the way. Like she would.
He wouldn't answer any of them. He would just like you would be like asking
So
him questions,
mean.
and he'd just go through the process.
So she would like join you kind of like, you know, I'm assuming there's like a little like living room area where you're making it on like the coffee table. So she's sitting on the couch, joins you early in the morning and just watches what you're doing and like mentally notes like, I guess this is a Shimon-Sara like culture. I'm going to look this up later.
Yeah, like the most he said, like he'll let you watch without a problem. Like he won't like shun you or shoo you out of the room. But like, and he'll specifically say when he's done, here, try this, it's good, and then he'll just move on to the next one.
She will, and I think she's gonna like it, and she's going to start making it that way from now on.
Do
and
you
then-
offer?
Yeah, like he makes it up for everyone. Like he's not like, it's just he has the resources to do it in this room, so he's gonna go through the process.
Len looks blankly at you as much as possible, and then just, no, I'm good, thank you.
Dr.
Eisen
Lin,
can't tell that you're looking at him blankly, so it's,
you haven't put on your glasses for the morning.
yeah.
I can't see.
Dr. Lin, do
So
you?
it's like he just shrugs.
Do you not? Do Cyphozoans not imbibe?
We imbibe things. We're creatures, but how am I supposed to drink a cup of coffee?
I mean, you
Dude,
can
I
drink
don't have a
tea
mouth.
if you'd like.
Cyphozoans use caffeine pills. It's fine.
Makes note that I have clearly offended the doctor.
Eisen just actively shrugs and is like, I could put it in a thermos if you like. I don't really care. I'm made of rock. I don't.
I could pour it on
Like shrinks away.
Like
No,
he's not like
Eisen's
forcing
just
it
like-
on you. He's just like, you know, nonchalantly
Eisen's
going
just-
like,
Eisen's just like, I can seep the tea bag inside you if you would like.
oh no.
you change color then.
Moving on. Just let's go.
Moving right along. All right.
Anyway,
So I have.
through that
ahead.
process specifically, he plans on spending a little time with Dr. Len, like getting him up to speed, making sure that he has all the contact information he needs, and kind of explaining a few things to him in private. And then otherwise, he plans to go to the Swordlight Cathedral to see if he can find some work, you know, means of training,
For sure.
getting some extra coins.
Man, this room
that
has
stuff.
terrible acoustics.
Oh,
Bet you wish you owned a ship,
in
don't you?
the lower spire. Lower spire.
It's right next to the airport, so it just like you hear it coming through. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say it's attached to Absalom Station, so you can hear it like reverberating off the wall, probably.
That would be so.
I heard plenty of announcements that were for the ship that were not for the nuclear part of the ship while I was in the Navy. So
Okay. Wait, Eisen, what do you say to Len when you talk to him?
I thought we would go through all, like, list all the things. If we want to do it now, I'm happy to do it now.
Is
that's
that
up to
fine,
y'all.
or-
If y'all are having the conversation prior to leaving the room, I want to get everyone like ready to leave the rooms, basically.
Sure. If you want to do it now, I'm happy to.
Yeah, Len, he'll say that he got some information from the Starfinder Society, but none of it was about, like, health information.
Really? All right. In that case, yeah, he'll go through the process of like, what do you want to know? And I don't know how far we want to abstract this, but basically he'll talk
What's
about.
wrong?
Why do you need a doctor?
Okay. Oh, all right. So like seeing that and seeing that they clearly didn't like they were a little bit obtuse in how they described certain things. He'll go through and be like, all right. So the serum is a perfect example. You know how it mutates things? Uh, I don't know how to
Yes,
explain it better.
yep. I know
Um,
how it mutates things.
I have something similar, but due to a anomaly on my planet, contact with elemental forces has caused my, and I'm doing this when you're not around, Zeha. I would specifically
Nope,
have
nope. Sipping my tea, listening to
no,
this entire
no,
conversation.
Through the wall.
because Eisen would have specifically been like, this is a private thing, waited for you to either been like, I'm gonna go get changed after breakfast or whatever to explain
Curious.
things.
Out of my breakfast outfit.
Yes, this is my early morning outfit. I have to change to my late morning outfit.
Like I imagine like you have a bathrobe on or like this. It's a
yes,
swanky
like a
place,
nice
so
little
like it's-
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, like kimono style. I'm debating whether I would try to like listen in or not. I just don't know how I would do that. But continue. I'll let you know.
And you're annoyed when Moat is not even doing the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'm
Come
the
on.
espionage agent, not you. Continue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very medically minded, so I can't. I was hoping they'd be able to provide you with some of the more specifics, but from what I understand, my structure, both in my crystal and my energy matrix, has been rapidly changing over time due to the contact, similar to the serum. That's why I was so nervous when I possibly got bit. I didn't know what kind of interaction might have been in place. But given your expertise and my cultural background, which we can get to either now or later,
They told me something about that. That's all they told me. That you were something of an important fellow.
not by choice, more by fate. And if anyone heard about who I am or what I am, my body on the black market would be rather a high price, if you understand. Thus,
Well, I can
the-
relate in a way, but no one would be selling my body. They'd just be shooting me and leaving the dumpster. So,
Eisen, for some reason, just gets a feeling in the back of the neck and just slams the door near him. Just, gives it a good loud pop. just in case there's. For some reason, he feels like there's someone snickering by a wall. And so he just gives it a good loud pop. Just, no reason.
No, I'm sorry. I'm dying because of trash. I'm sorry.
That was my fault. All right.
Anyway,
Carrick started the puberty Eisen conversation, and I said, "Sorry guys, my rocks are screeching." It's like the voice jumping and everything.
here I am between a rock and a hard place, and all you guys can do is make jokes.
Eh.
Bad pun. All right, that realigned me. That made me stop laughing. Good job.
Right.
Perfect.
it purged the humor from my system.
It's okay. We're recharged.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was listening, but I was laughing a
listening
lot.
Culturally, my people have the way we reproduce is not by physical means. We literally take parts of each other and merge them together to create new life, and that has created a kind of gray market for pieces of crystal with special quality, if you will. People of importance or good lineage become very valuable on our markets for offspring. And so if someone were to say sell bits of myself or kill me and then mine me, there could be a whole generation that could lead to instability at home.
So there's this adaptation thing is a problem.
Culturally, it's linked to royalty, and there are many groups that want to use me as a puppet for their own needs, and I'd rather not do that, considering I'm not very suited for the job. There are people much better for it than I, and I'd rather not die after the fact, because I'd probably be only on the throne for, God, a month before an assassin came by.
Well, sounds like you have a lovely home world.
It's
But
beautiful. The politics are messy.
Yeah. Welcome to society. But like, so wait, this leads me back to like my original question though. Where do I come in?
I am actively mutating in ways I don't know how, and I'd like to make sure I can either master it before assassins come to kill me and I can use it for whatever purpose, or learn about it. I can't stop it. It's in my structure at this point, but I don't know what's going to happen 3 weeks from now, let alone 2 months.
Oh, you want me to study it? Okay. Huh.
Make sure I don't
I
faint on a mission and no one knows what's going on. I was a little
could do that.
nervous.
Sure. Could I don't know. Do you have like some blood akin substance, or would it be better to study a chunk of you, or what?
Most likely it's in my crystalline structure from what I understand. That's why I wanted you to get in contact with Resk. He's a researcher who is his specific expertise is in unique energy sources. I figured that both of you combined would be able to figure out something. Also, I wanted to
Really
keep
should call that Rex person. Okay.
Zeha
He's
from
a-
the
he's
other
a
side of the
Yoski.
door. Who's Resk?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Wow.
I'll tell you if you just hold my sword near your chest. Just
thanks.
just hold it. Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Click.
Holy shit.
Okay. Well, if so, can I have like a chunk of you or something? Because I'm going to be going to the lab anyways to study what we found of the adaptation serum.
That Kit Kat bar.
And once
That
I'm
should be
done with
fun.
all that, I can get to work on what you've asked.
Speaking of what you're researching, I was curious. Could I borrow a chunk of one of those branches that I grabbed?
Trading chunks.
Trading chunks over here, as it say, too.
Not yet, because I don't know what its properties are. But assuming it is stable, then sure.
Fair. I was just curious. They seemed, my structure and its structure seemed somewhat similar. I was just kind of curious, is all.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be no problem. But you saw what the algae did, so.
Fair enough. I wouldn't rather get eaten by a plant in the middle of the night or something. Anyway, he'll just from his elbow or something. We drop crystal bits all the time. I'll just break off a piece.
And that's not
Then
enough to
fix it up.
procreate, right?
No, like there's a whole process you have to go through to actively
Yeah.
procreate.
fine.
There's a whole thing.
Sometimes you just drop off those nugs. All right.
Drop off the kids at the pool, so to speak.
We'll take the baby Eisen and I guess head off to the lab.
We
Okay.
are children.
Woo!
Oh, look.
There's a
little
whole thing
baby
involved.
Eisen.
All right. All right.
Tetsu walks around. I will take care of it.
All
He
right,
just picks
so,
it every chunk once he learns what it is, and is like, they're all children that must be taken care
Just
of. And Eisen is just,
papooses of Eisen kids.
and Eisen
You
just
go
throws
into-
them into a
you-
fire.
You go into Tetsu's room, and there's this rock collection of just Eisen bits, but he names them. It's like, this is baby Ben. This is...
They all have googly eyes because he doesn't understand how they work.
Yes.
So it's like,
Excellent. Anyway.
I have been building them.
okay. All right. I got you guys in a kind of faux turn order here. I'm just going to, so we can cycle through people. People can be ready. We're going to start with Zeha. If at any time, like during your time, you want to meet up with people, this is going to go over the course of about 4 days kind of thing. So anything that you would want to get done within like 4 days, let me know. That includes if you have anything to check back in the Starfinder Society with, like Dr. Duro or a medical license, that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay, so if I'm starting, I will get dressed. Say I'll see y'all around or whatever to Eisen and Dr. Len, and make my way out. The first thing I'm gonna do is probably go to some of the locations that I had performed in, kind of like dive, bars that have like a stage that they have entertainment for the night or whatever, and see if I can't
Sure.
book 1 or 2 nights while we're here. Just do it ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah, easy enough. I will say I'm gonna use the Starfinder downtime rules basically. So to earn a wage, earn an income, you get to roll your profession. So whatever your profession is, and or you can offer to use other things. Like if maybe there's a reason you would use a computer check, but you get to roll it, and you get double that in credits. I'm venturing on the side of double plus because you guys are pretty good at what you do, and that's like how I'm playing it in my world, because I don't plan to give y'all this. They balance it like that for months of downtime, and you're not gonna be off for 6 months, so.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll?
Thanks, Space Daddy.
Do you want me to roll the entertainer background, or not background, whatever? What
Profession.
Thank you. I was like, what's that word? Or
Probably, unless you have something else you want to argue for.
no, it would be culture, like my usual argument. But I in this case, I think it does make sense for entertainer.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're going to bars and doing like a dive bar performance, yes. If you were like, I'm gonna go talk to other diplomats and like,
Yeah.
teach up and coming diplomats or something, then sure, you can roll culture. But
All right, I'm just gonna book 2 nights. However, if I succeed in booking them, I'm not performing them yet, so I can roll it now if you'd like. But if I succeed, if I have like a favorite one or whatever, or a good night, I will actually message everybody and invite them to one of my performances for the night. Whether that's like tomorrow night or whatever, be like, if you guys are available, I'm performing here's the location.
for sure, we'll remember that. That we'll
I gotta
basically
see
say that's
this.
kind of y'all's last night here, kind of thing. Like everybody's probably gonna come. The plan's to like come out, get drinks. You guys all know you're meeting back at the Starfinder Society the next day. So
Okay. Do you want me to roll? Wait for the roll then.
yeah, we'll wait just to see how you did in front of them, kind of thing.
Okay, so I would have made those stops as just get me on the roster. I'm back in town, happy to perform.
Yep, and sorry to interrupt. Like the gauge of it is like, we'll say you stopped at 3 places. 2 of them knew like of you, like knew the name, like knew like you were maybe not Perspective Madaloon, but like they knew you were from the Adari. Like they like they've heard your name around a little, at least in terms of, and at least in terms of like bar performances and like that kind of stuff.
I imagine like if you say like, oh, it's kind of like, oh yes, I've performed on Broadway. Like, oh yes, I'm of the Ramsem 10 is a way to boost yourself. So yes.
Basically, yeah. There's like one dive bar you go to, they're like, what? I don't know you. Get out of here. But the other 2 are like, oh yeah.
Offended. But okay, so then given that Poe isn't around, I will probably go on and make my way to I'm gonna go shopping first, probably.
Okay.
And then if I have more money afterwards, we'll see. But it's kind of funny because when I go shopping, I get a lot of just like little things, and I have a bunch of bags, and I probably stop by midday to our suite and like dump everything on the table. And if anybody's around, I'm like, all right, so I got a lot of things, and if Dr. Lin, would you be around like midday-ish or something like that at some point?
Probably not, because he's going to be spending every single day in the lab on that grind.
Okay. Well, one of the things I buy is a chemalizer, which so Zeha right now, after everything that they've been through, is a little bit like trauma at the radiation sickness that she went through. From her perspective, she left the Adari on her tempering for a couple months and she stayed on Absalom Station, didn't do all that much, and then it was time to like really get shit going and get off her ass, and she joins this thing, and in the matter of like less than 1 week she goes through radiation poisoning, like attacks from all these things. This hard, like this intense week has taken its toll on her, so she goes full kind of like panic mode. She gets like a bunch of med patches, a bunch of radiation patches, she gets serums of healing, she gets some rat out, maybe not, might not have enough for rat out serum, but like I look to see like what's available, and then like on an offbeat like impulse buy, I get a chemilizer as well, as like a Dr. Len could use this, and just kind of go all out there. Come home probably like Zeha's probably not the like organiziest at first, and like when she's in her own space, just it goes everywhere, so she like dumps it out on her bed, and then she like probably takes a handful and puts them on the table in front of everybody. It's all over the place around like the kitchen counter, so y'all can find some and take some, but we can hand those out later when I figure out exactly how many of what I got. But so she's basically getting some for other people to have as well.
For sure.
Wait, what do healing patches do? Like, I can't find those.
Med patches are... Hold on, let me actually pull it all up.
They're OP.
They
I'm
make
pretty
you
sure
useless,
they
Dr.
are...
Lin.
No, I'm pretty sure they're
What?
one-time use, if I remember correctly, and feel free to, anyone that's looking it up, to correct me, but they're one-time use, and they give you a +10 circumstance bonus to, like, diseases, and basically anything that you could use a medicine check for, but they're one-time use, and they cost, like, 50 credits.
Oh, so it doesn't restore health? Oh,
No, that's what the
so
serum of
level
healings are
1.
that I bought.
Okay. Okay,
Get wrecked.
I was just wondering.
Just in case, because like, where we were in that one fight when literally everybody was dying, and I, saved everyone's ass, like no one could have. You tried and you just kept missing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job saving everyone from dying, but whatever. It's not. That's not the point. Yeah, let's give 1d8 hit points. Yeah, that's okay.
It's fine.
okay.
It's fine. And then in the evening, she goes and buys herself some clothes because it's been a while and she is tired of her existing outfit. And what she is going to do is she is going to buy a magic item called reconfigurable clothing, which she's wanted for a while. And what it is
You
it's
got a loan for it.
Nope, I can afford all of this. No, the med patches are like 50 credits and it's not too bad. But anyways, basically what the reconfigurable clothing is really sick. So she goes and she gets like a nice party dress outfit. She does some traveling, like Trek clothes. She buys probably 2 like party outfits, one fancier, one more like ballroom-esque, one more whatever, and then like some office like proper clothes, just an outfit for different occasions. I probably can't go too crazy because I don't have that much money, but maybe 2 to 3 to 4 outfits. And it's this like, it's magic intertwined with like nanobot type technology that she can switch it out with like a twirl or a click of her heels and her outfit changes. So she's definitely gonna use that.
It's that wand from Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
You're just like, boop,
You could
different outfit.
Yep. You hold different outfits in the wand. Exactly. So yeah, she goes shopping, and that's it for today. If you want me to hold off on what she'll do the following day.
Yeah, we'll do like one each. If people only have one, that's fine, but we'll do like one each.
Mm-hmm.
So we will pop over to Tetsu.
Boom. Easy. Tetsu's first goal is to, he's gonna go shopping for some basic stuff that's easy enough. He figures to get. He'll go to. Would the diamond defense and surplus have like smoke grenades and batteries for weapons and stuff?
Yeah.
Actually, he'll do that first. The first day, he'll kind of go there to pick up just the basic supplies he was planning on buying, and also to kind of. Does he know anybody there? or just kind of know how these operate?
You know, and basically anyone that has any kind of contact in the underworld knows of Lana, quote, Diamond, no Carisso.
Lana Diamond no Carisco?
No Carisso. It is a female Yosoki. Kind of brown, white hairish, almost like calico in color, like how they mix, but it's just brown and white.
Gotcha. Then he will kind of go up to her and give a little respectful nod when he can get a moment to her and say, "Hello, Miss Lana. I was hoping that we could discuss if you need help getting work done. I am needing to earn some credits with some downtime. I may have people who can help."
You're hoping what? Speak up.
I'm on break between jobs. Do you have work?
No work. This is a place to buy.
Do you
What work?
for anything that you need to purchase that he looks around like distinctly uncomfortable. Sometimes friends of mine would sell stuff to you. Do you need to buy any of that stuff?
What friends? I don't know you.
Kaz and his people? Kaz. Kaz.
Kazcon?
Do you know? Yes. Do you know of him? I have worked with his people
she
before.
Like looks down her tiny little glasses, like looks down her nose at you. She's like, okay, if you say you know Kazcon, I won't ask. If you find any kind of explosives, you bring them here. I pay double what most pay. Basically, she's saying like what you could sell.
Yeah.
Any kind of explosives back is for 10%. She'd pay 20.
Gotcha. He kind of nods a bit and says, very, very good. Thank you. I will buy these for now. And he kind of lays down a small pack of smoke grenades and a battery.
Let me ask you, are you in? Do you have any of your Starfinder stuff on?
No. He probably wouldn't be. Well, he probably is carrying the bag. But, like, he wouldn't wear the badge around because that just seems weird.
Sure. You say you're, like, buying this stuff, and she's like, getting ready to check you out. It seems like a normal transaction up front because, like, it's still a storefront. And so, like, after she's yelled all this at you, she's, like, looking around. She's like, okay, no one's coming in. All right, I'll sell this as a normal store. And you see her, like, look back around you a little bit. She goes, you Starfinder? You like them?
I just started with them. They seem good. I've heard great things. Do you
like Kaz?
Do you work with them? I don't like Kaz, no.
You see her like peer her eyes for a second.
I
need someone with Starfinder. You want to report to me?
What does that entail? I'm not going to take explosive. Yes.
Okay. And you see her, she just like sells this stuff to you. Normal transactions, she still makes you pay full price, and she basically like ushers you out of her shop.
Wait, what am I working for? Okay.
Bring back explosives. Anytime you're here, stop by.
Tetsu turns to walk away.
Wow.
Like so confused as to what Starfinder had to do with that, and he's just like, did I do bad? No. Maybe. But he seems happy. She doesn't like Kaz.
That's the best thing for your character. Like, you can't even get into trouble. All you said was like yes, and it could have been I didn't understand what she was saying.
Syrup.
It's perfect.
Syrup. I absolutely can get into trouble. That's not how that works at all.
That's true, but I love it. I think it's perfect.
And then, kind of to wrap up the day, he's got an afternoon appointment to get his lungs ripped out and replaced, and some jump jets plugged into key locations across his body in a non-invasive, basically surgery.
Very
Normal
invasive.
stuff.
Okay.
He's
no way
already
it's
got
not
the
invasive.
access panels.
In your
It's
time,
still
you've been able to
invasive.
scope out. In your time, you've been able to scope out 2 places. You know of a goblin in the spike that will do it for pretty cheap. He'll do it for like 75%. But you get the sense it's not on the up and up. It's not a shop. It's just a person. It's a goblin. You found out his name. He goes by the name Manbender. And then you know of a Vesk in the free markets who has like a shop front who will do it for like the average shop price, named Vrava.
All right, because it's Tetsu. Does he can he ask around about Manbender, the totally legit augment doctor, and because Tetsu's used to working like with people that are not on the up and up, and as long as they're not D-bags, he generally likes them, and he is
give me a
not
culture
against
check.
cheap stuff. So, culture?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
What was the other guy's name?
Vrava. It was the Vesk.
Gotcha.
Did you say Brava with a B?
Vrava. Vrava.
Okay. And 15. Pretty good for Tetsu.
Okay. You get to asking around a little bit, like where this spike, which is the lower echelon of Absalom Station, beats everything else. You ask around a little bit. Not a whole lot of people know about quote unquote Manbender. You get the sense it's because they don't pertain to an actual like tribe and or gang, whatever you want to call it, in the spike. They're kind of on their own, which you register as okay, that's probably good if they're not stuck to like a tribe name or code. And you've heard you got like 4 or 5 accounts of people who have got work from Manbender, and 3 were good and 2 were bad.
Seems
like
the way
those
to go.
odds.
Tetsu figures this Manbender is kind of like him on his own. Doesn't really have people to watch out for him. He's gonna go there as long as he doesn't get any weird vibes. He's like, we'll look out for each other. We'll give each other some work. Maybe this will be good. He's trying to make friends because his current friends are mean to him.
No,
For
we're
sure.
not.
Zeha shot him.
You go there. You're basically led to like where Manbender is supposed to meet you, and you see this quite young, and I don't mean like a kid, but like 20-year-old goblin come up and looks up at you, and you're in like the entryway of the spike basically, and so he just kind of like walks up to you, looks at you, pats you on the arm. He's like, "Are you the Lung? You want Lung?"
Long, and you did bring the jets, yes?
I mean, I'm not doing it here. I didn't bring anything, but we go back to my house.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, follow me.
Where is your house? And he starts following.
Yep. And he's like, you bring you it's here. You brought the credits, and he says the number of what 75% would be.
Yes, I have them. Are you new to Absalom?
No, I've been here since I was born. I was born here. I'm working my way out of the spike.
Oh, me too. Well, not the spike, but I'm working my way out.
I see. I mean, you got Starfinder. You steal
Yes.
it?
No, this is new work. So if I hope
Can
to
I have it?
give more upgrades to no.
They'll just
I
give you
hope to
another one.
No, they won't. Very expensive.
Oh, okay.
They're terrible money
All
lenders.
right.
But if this goes well and you do as well as my last doctors, I should have more work for you, and I will help you, and you can give me good work.
Sure. Yeah. Name's Crick.
Your name is what?
Crick.
Crick.
I
Krik.
thought your name was Manbender.
That's what they call me because I work on a bunch of the long people.
Ah, Crick. I like that.
Goblins don't
Better.
really do this, you know.
They don't? What do they do?
Mostly hunt and eat rats. Get a bunch of mechanical parts. They like taking stuff apart, whether it's alive or dead.
Tetsu's gonna make a very uncharacteristic insight or perception check. Like,
Okay.
Am I about
I
to
think
get
there's a
taken
sense
apart?
motive in Starfinder.
There is.
oh yes.
This
oh
entire
great.
Say
time.
goodbye to your organs.
This entire time, all
I
I'm
was
thinking
fine.
is, who let Tetsu off alone?
That's what I'm excited for.
Like I see in the chat, Tetsu's cheating on Dr. Lin.
I could be doing this surgery, but he had to go find another man.
I didn't want to pull an Eisen and sign you up for all my medical bills in the future.
This relationship's through.
I'm respecting your downtime.
I'm not your doctor anymore.
I need you, Dr. Len. I
9.
need you.
Eisen
nice.
loves
Okay.
me.
You get the sense
I love
with your
this.
9 sense motive that he's you can tell he's shady. Like you know the sense of shady people, but everyone you've ever worked with besides maybe this group and probably some of this group have struck you as shady.
He's
so
a good
like
cheat.
that nothing else throws you off on this guy.
All right, I'm going to just send a group text, just all normal, and be like, "Hey, I'm down here. Should be a couple of hours if anybody wants to grab dinner after. Getting upgrades to my lungs and some other enhancements. If you don't hear from me in a bit, please come find me."
Please come collect my body parts.
Zeha, seeing
And,
this text, buys like 1 extra healing serum.
So
Okay.
everyone but Tetsu gets a text from Eisen saying, "Aren't lungs important?" Because Eisen doesn't have lungs. It's like,
Len's phone is off.
Don't
He's
being sneaky.
researching.
Oh, his phone's on silent.
The one voice of reason
not
that could be like, "Tetsu, no!"
Do not disturb mode. All right. Do me a favor. You get laid down. He's like, all right. Going in lungs. You know, gotta put you under. He's like, well, let you see it here. He's like, I'm gonna put this in you. He like shows you a vial with some clear liquid in it.
Have you seen the new lungs yet that he's gonna put in you?
Well, didn't he just show me?
He's showing you a vial right now, but if you had asked, like, he shows you the jump jets, he shows you the lungs.
They all look good quality.
I mean, you can make a medicine check if you want.
They all look 75%
at
off.
do they look like lungs?
13. Not that good.
No. Yeah, I mean, they're not shriveled, and they definitely look like they go in the lung spot of a body.
It's good.
They're not
dead,
feet.
kid.
They're not feet.
No rust on the jump jets.
No. And
Awesome.
like everything looks like it's not high uppity Starfinders are doing this for you, but like it's not. There's no rust on anything or anything like that.
It's my people, man. I'm good.
Perfect. All right, you get put under. I need a pick.
Pick.
Let's see. Pick 20%,
Oh, this is great.
and you're looking to not hit it twice on a 1d100.
Right.
All of your organs
Great.
gone.
Is it the same
So,
20%, or can he choose individual 20%?
It's the same.
I'll just do 1 to 20.
Okay. You also need this. The first one's for the lungs. The second is for the jump jets.
95 on the first one.
Okay.
So, that was for the lungs or the jump jets?
The lungs.
You say? Okay. It was real close. 23.
Ooh.
I saw the 20. I'm like, please don't be a 0.
All right. Yeah, you get everything put in you. You get kind of popped in the face eventually. You're not really sure how many hours have passed, and he's like, "Hey, it all went good. Yeah, let's go get a drink."
Yeah. Yes. They feel good. All of a sudden, like, he stops breathing,
It works.
and then he starts talking. He goes, yeah, I enjoy these. I will buy the first round. Thank you.
Perfect. Let's go celebrate.
Zeha
yeah. And
gets
get-
pinged the location of like if they wanted to meet up for dinner, of like where you're drinking, and she's like, "No, never mind, not going there."
Yeah, he decides to send out a nice invite for some shady, like, dive diner bar type place.
Yeah.
And,
I Google it and I'm like, mm-mm.
He is also.
This
One
is,
and a half
This
stars.
is actually. This is actually. I was always imagining this. There is a bar, like a dive type bar, where the spike kind of meets the middle area, the like normal people living area, and literally the bar is like made over the equator, and it kind of changes. Like it's very low over here and very middle class over here.
Nice.
If that makes
Oh.
sense.
That's kind of cool.
I like that.
So guys,
meridian.
what's Space Yelp called for ratings?
I don't know, but this place got a low one.
The Space
Um,
Michelin.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tetsu spends a bunch of the walk there just occasionally, like, doing like the Iron Man with his hands to kind of scoot across the ground, like a foot off the ground or so, just to break him in.
For sure.
I vote that Space Yelp is called Signal.
Oh,
Okay,
signal
I like
boosting.
that.
I like
Yeah,
it.
signal boosting.
I like that.
All right.
Ooh,
Yeah. I'm gonna
good.
signal boost this, and what like if you signal boost, it's like you're giving it like you're rating it. I guess that's how they do it. All right.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
mhm.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's do Eisen.
Eisen.
Tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
He
I'll tell
doesn't
you
have
what I
much like shopping to do. Like he goes and looks at a couple things, finds nothing that really like strikes his fancy that's within his price range. He has expensive taste. So
For
he
sure.
just ends up going to like the Swordlight Cathedral, looking for work and like seeing contacts and like just getting a sense of things.
Okay. As you walk into the Swordlight Cathedral, you see blades basically everywhere. Think as if like the throne from Game of Thrones was made into a building.
Oh, sick.
But like a sci-fi building, so like you have like a wall of blades, but it's like a hologram, and then you have like an actual like chair or counter of blades that is like physical.
Do they have like a holographic like little scene of like blade slashing, like in use little TV?
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Shut
As you look
up!
around,
Come on.
the feel of the place is that of a museum with architecture on display for the viewing. Yet there is also an underlying feel of this medieval worship mixed with holograms that show of Iomede's 11 miracle acts. And so you see like this one hologram of a scene of like this humanoid woman. Can't really tell what she is. It's kind of hard to make out because no one actually knows at this point, but of her slaying this very large beast. Move to the next one, it's her defeating a coven of witches. Move to the next one, it's her flying on a griffin, slaying some sort of very large humanoid that's riding a gargoyle, and it just keeps stepping up and stepping up of the 11 miracle acts of her. You see a total of about 12 people in here, 10 of them being a mixture of Vesk and Kasatha. Eventually, you're approached by a Vesk in what looks to be battle robes, flowing for the purpose of hiding a body. You know they are like very specifically worn for battle, like they're meant to hide your body when you're moving or swinging. They raise your AC, technically,
That makes
like that
way
kind of
more
thing.
sense
Yeah, I
than
was
the
gonna
first
say.
thought I had.
These are used to hide bodies.
No.
Like
Like
a
very,
giant
very
trail
flowy
dragging
robes instead of leather armor kind of thing. It's like the dancing scarf in D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with this place. I just want to say, like, thinking medieval times in futuristic space, like, it's amazing.
Right. And then at their hip of this vest, you see what looks to be a very normal-looking katana. They look at you, blue-green scales, and bow. I am Nognek, disciple here. What brings you to the cathedral?
Peace of mind, and I'm looking for some work if the church needs them. And it's very interesting because, like, even though his scales, our colors match. Like, I am, like, similar color tone to his scales in terms of, like, blue-green.
Right. Yeah. You see him kind of look around. It's like, we unfortunately don't require any work, but if you do wish to worship or you have any questions, please feel free to address me.
Would you happen to know a good place where I could test my battle experience? Someplace I could earn some extra money on the side.
You watch like a almost grimace cross their face, and they're like, if you are speaking of fighting rings, I imagine a lesser planet as of Akitan or the under of Eox, maybe the diaspora. We don't. Absalom doesn't really participate in such.
Eisen takes that as, like, a little taken aback because culturally, Shimreen, like stage fighting and, like, combat is a very, like, artistic thing for them. So, like,
For sure.
having, like, no place of, like, higher quality to like, show yourself off is a little strange.
Yeah, and actually you saying that, give me a culture check real quick.
Oh, good. Just like Tetsu's check. 13, not bad.
Okay. You don't know what it is, but you catch something off. Like you said, it is odd to not have like fighting rinks and be able to show yourself off. And you catch something a little off in how they're speaking of it, like it's a bad thing. Maybe to the fact that you may not be talking about the same thing.
Eisen will try to respectfully clarify, like, what he means through discussion.
Okay. You see them like nod and kind of look you over one more time. You get the sense they're like gathering if you're just a thug looking for a fighting ring, or if you're like an actual like battler, like gladiatorial battler. And they eventually look at you and go, not currently. Once a year, once a rotation, Absalom does hold a festival. It's currently 3 months out. I imagine that's all you'll find here, though. You will not find any other rinks. Not within their lawful no-draw rules and such. And you're getting the sense that they're giving off the vibe that like Absalom is very, no, you can't draw your weapons. We don't like fighting. Don't raise your spirit like a mosh pit. They would probably have high security kind of thing. What are y'all pushing?
We're high-fiving.
I'm trying to high five.
Yeah, we're trying.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
failing.
You're
He'll
all
nod at
bad.
that and, like, mentally, like, write a note to make sure to, like, he can actually remember it in his, like, phone.
For
thank
sure.
you very much.
Siri,
This is
remind me
always
in
a beautiful
5
place.
days.
Yeah. Well, no,
And-
it's 3 months. It's
And they go into detail of telling you like they don't know of any festivals that are very much dedicated to this. Like they're pointing to Ioma Day. Like there aren't, at least they don't know of any festivals that are just Blade. They say that this festival is like blasters and magic and stuff like that. Like it's every warrior of every where they come from kind of thing.
I think to that Eisen will say, like, as you well know, any swordsman worth their salt can handle anything they're faced with.
You see a wry grin across their face. Yes, I imagine you can if you actually handle that.
Mm-hmm. Do you happen to know any good shops for weapons? Any place that I could do some additional crafting? I need some extra coin before I leave station, and I'm looking for any sort of work I can do.
There aren't many that would accept what you have to offer here, I imagine. But if you check out the Spike, it is a good place to start for anyone. And you get the sense, like, without a check, you get the sense they are slightly talking down to you, if not for what they know of themselves and other people that come in here, to the fact that, like, a crafter is just a crafter until you're at a certain level.
Mm-hmm. Eisen totally understands this. This is totally, like, this all scans for Eisen.
Right.
He nods. And he'll ask just for, like, a general tour, because he doesn't know much about, like, the acceptable gods within the Pact worlds. Like, everyone worships the storm in his homeworld, right? Like, the storm is personified.
A very important question. Is there a temple to the timekeepers?
You can look for it.
Well,
we wouldn't look for it.
We wouldn't, but can us...
Oh, yes, you can.
I want to know. Fine.
Culture check.
You'll never know. Yeah, make a culture check.
13.
I'm gonna freaking do it.
You've never heard of anyone called the Timekeepers. What a dumb name.
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask about that, so stop telling me. Jesus. It's like they thought about
20.
it after the fact.
You've never heard of anyone called the Timekeepers. What a dumb name.
So rude.
Back to you, Eisen. You're getting a tour. Iomade is the high presence here. This is basically a temple to Iomade. Like, there are no other deities within the temple. But if you do ask, you do get told of some. The mention of Saren Ray, Desna, Pharasma, Triune, Urgathoa, and then Talavet and Ibra. Talavet is a community, self-reliance, tradition type deity, and Ibra is a kind of celestial bodies, the cosmos, mysteries of the universe type deity. All of those are kind of mentioned as like some mains. There are other mains that are like very quickly mentioned, but they don't know much about them.
Mm-hmm. Eisen will listen very respectfully. I think he's like, during the tour, like he's like looking at the various sword types and like because this Vesk is very like specifically talking about swords. Once they're talking about the various gods and like what they're doing, he also asks questions about like different weapons, and he's just like filling the time. He particularly gravitates towards like one large sword that you could say almost was like a buster breaker of some sort, and he's just like. Yeah. Like, you know the one. It's at a slant. It's, you know, who knows where it came from. It's one of Iomade's special weapons. But sure. Other than that, you know, he's just filling the time before he goes to this to the Spike. You said it's called? Yeah, the Spike.
Yep.
To look for like
kind of the lower area of Absalom.
Yeah, just to look for like a place that would rent him out space so that he can make some money.
Okay. And as you're heading there, we'll pick that up as your quick second day, much like we're picking up everyone else's quick second day later. We're going to go ahead and take our break before we get to Dr. Lynn and Moat.
Heck yeah.
Well, all right.
Don't boo me. You suck. Tetsu dies. His lungs collapse immediately.
Get off.
That's what I need after a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just space him.
Spend a hero point. If you roll a natural 20, you don't die.
Oh.
What?
I accept death.
I'm sorry. What are hero points?
A nugget?
Oh yeah, I mean he accepted death, so he's clearly not a hero. So every one of you get 1/4 of a chicky nugget.
All right.
I'll take that corner.
Actually, you get a half because I think he has 2.
I have 3.
These,
There.
these, oh, you have 3
chicken nuggets.
I got
Alright,
one
that's all you
last
can-
session.
I
I've
take it.
got
That's all
you can have.
vaccine. Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, you have
That's
your
all I can.
vaccine one, but quick question, Waffles, does the vaccine one count for like indefinitely until
You
use?
got it here.
No, I know. I was curious
Yeah,
if
I
it's,
mean,
like, first
Yeah,
session back.
Jason Bowman gave it. So that's the first one used though. You have to use Jason Bowman's hero point.
Oh,
Wait, that reminds
Jason
me.
Bowman
no, like,
only gives
'cause the-
fresh chicky nuggies.
some fresh. All right, before this gets really weird, off to break we go. We will be right back.
We're off to take a break.
Peace.
It's off to break we go.
Oh man. All right, we're back. I very important announcement that we all have to publicly shame Carrick for liking single stuff Oreos instead of the double stuff, which is clearly the superior one. We will not be taking questions at this
Carrick,
time.
you're gross. Double stuffed are the best. Triple stuffed are
Disgusting.
horrible.
This
If I had to go to single stuff,
Yeah, no, for
There
sure.
goes
This
our
was-
Oreo sponsorship. Keep going, idiots.
This was the deep discussion we got into on break. But anyways, please continue.
All right, picking right back up, Dr. Lin.
That's what they call me. So we're just doing the single day, right? Like,
That's what they call me. I'm not actually Dr. Lin. That's just what they call me.
well, just give me a moment for me
Because
to
you
pick
tell
up
us
my
to.
doctor's license.
We're doing like half your stuff. If you have a roleplay session you plan to do, go for it. If you have just I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna roll, do it.
So
Whichever one you want to
Len
do.
is-
I do imagine you have one roleplay session, even if you don't think
Yeah.
you do. That is the medicine license.
Exactly. So that's the first thing he'll do. I guess before he does any of his fancy schmancy research, he'll go track down whoever he has to get that nice little piece of paper that lets me experiment on people.
Okay. Eventually, you go to the front desk of the Lore Spire complex. Eventually, Arvin comes back out. He's like, "Oh, yes, Dr. Lin. Come on, come back. Let's talk."
Yeah, sure, just okay, and he'll follow.
And he pulls you back into the same meeting room you guys were in. He's kind of standing up for a second. He's like, you like water? You like a seat?"
Seat, sure, water's fine. As in, fine,
Okay.
I don't need water. Water is not. No water, please.
Oh, all right. I understand. Okay. Dr. Lin. And you get the sense like he's stalling for a second. And eventually he like paces around for 5, 8, 10 seconds and he comes out. Well, we routed the paperwork. We sent the request up. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be back before you set out on your mission. But
Oh,
it came back very quick.
really?
It's quite odd, honestly. Not very good at sugarcoating things, so I'll just say it. It seems that somebody somewhere, I imagine the Tilla's Corporation, they've banned you from obtaining a medical license.
Len just kind of melts into his seat. Why do you have to listen to the tellers? You can't just look at my qualifications. I graduated from a very good Cypher's own med school back on Primoria, I assure you.
I believe you, but each medical area is going to listen to the next, just like each trade route will listen to the next. Like we all work together. If the Starfinder Society were to give you a license after a corporation has banned you in multiple galaxies within the universe, I mean, you can imagine.
Oh. He just sits there for like a solid 20 seconds in just silence before saying, So, I can I still use the labs?
Yes, absolutely. You can use the labs. Feel free to save lives, save your party's lives. You cannot obtain money for medical practices at this moment. We're doing everything we can. I hope you understand. And you see, like, it's clearly an odd spot for him. He didn't just receive. You get the sense he didn't just receive one word of your band and was like, okay, cool, thanks. It seems he's been through a little bit to try to figure out what's going on, and now he's the bearer of bad news after telling you something that, after basically promising you something he can't deliver on.
I guess thanks for trying. Don't know why I expected anything else would happen. I'm gonna leave now. Got like stuff to do.
Very well. We will, again, Dr. Lin, we will keep trying.
And Len just kind of like nods his bell at him and just sulks out.
For sure.
Do jellyfish cry?
We will learn.
Feels
In
bad
that
as
case,
saltwater rundown, and
he's very more just depressed about this than anything. Like, there's no anger at the moment, but he will, I guess, go down to the labs and can I do the downtime activity of like researching a sample on the vial of the antidote or the vaccine that we found? I'd like to try and see what makes it up. Now, if it's possible to replicate it.
For sure. What's your take 20?
My take 20 would be a 32. If it's medicine, 31 if it's life science.
Okay. The first, we'll go ahead and run through a lot of yours, and if you have anything else when we come back around, let me know. If you don't, all good. The first 3 days, you don't get anything. You're working at it. Under the downtime activities of Starfinder, you get a +1 for every day you keep trying it. So DC 35.
Oh.
What are you looking for again?
What makes it up, how to possibly replicate it, and if there's any majorly troublesome like active ingredient or something.
Yeah.
Like bile from a Tarrasque, I don't know.
Yeah, this is the Screw Dr. Lin episode, it seems. You didn't get your medical license. You're going through figuring out what makes it up. It's a wonder you got it in 3 days. It's a very odd, quote unquote, active ingredient that helps make this up. You need DNA, like DNA samples, which is like actually hurts people. I'll tell you, mechanically will give people con damage of somebody infected with the disease.
Mo.
Hey Mo,
This
how you
isn't the Screw
doing?
Dr. Lenover episode.
Catch us next time on Dr. Len Gets His Revenge.
Yes,
So there's this thing about probing that you need to understand, says Dr. Linda Moat.
Okay, that's... Oh, sorry, go on.
I'll go and tell you everything mechanically because I do think Dr. Lin would figure it out. It's hard. It's always hard, like towing that line of mechanical versus story, but it'll be a 1d2, basically a coin flip of con damage, for every vial that you want to make of this vaccine.
And is it possible to like extract the cells from Moat and then like replicate those, or is that just not how that works?
You don't get the sense that's how that works. You can't rebuild cells of something that already has a disease. Like it is live active DNA of something that has a disease.
What?
Okay.
And to go even further, I will tell you, you also get the sense that eventually you're only going to be able to make so many of these vaccines to like how your medical brain is working is like, of course, diseases are going to get used to this. If you made this vaccine for Moat, it's not going to work on Moat. And like you're basically getting, yeah. But you're basically getting the sense that like that's why they were keeping people in cells. Some were willingly doing it and stuff, but they were attempting to infect people with the disease, get vaccines from them, try those vaccines on other people with the disease, and they were basically like constantly a rotating carousel of stuff.
Okay.
How do you heal con damage?
Yeah.
It's a long rest to heal 1 point. So if he takes 2, he needs 2 days of
Yikes.
long rest.
So
I think you can heal more with a long-term medicine, which is like bed rest for 24 hours. Like I'm literally gonna do nothing.
I have a question regarding the restrictions basically on this. Obviously, you can't reproduce, like you mentioned, like take his cells and do that in that way. But is there some sort of, because it was basically a lot of medicine checks to a certain point to certain DC to get this answer, get this formula. Now that you have this formula, are you able to document it within the Starfinder Society so that should someone get infected, they have a formula that it makes it like a lot easier to then produce?
That's the problem. He can give them the formula. Yes, it makes it easy to produce up to the point of I need live cells from someone that has the disease. So basically, if they don't have anyone that has the disease, they would need to infect someone. So
if they don't,
go ahead.
If they don't have anybody with the disease, they don't need it. So like basically, if somebody comes with the disease, then they can make it. Obviously not for them, but maybe then they can get 2 people and then they can fix each other type of a deal.
Sure, it's a iffy thing. So I'll explain it to Dr. Lin in the best medical way I can. He can decide if he wants to try to documentate it. Document it. How do you say that word?
Document.
Document.
I
Goodness
even
gracious.
messed it up.
Goodness
Got
gracious.
my
He can decide if he wants to document
documentate
it. Yeah, he can decide if he wants to documentate this disease based on this. Dr. Lin, you know 2 things. 1, this disease requires a fortitude save. Therefore, if you're taking con from somebody with the disease, you are hurting their save, and they could eventually go comatose and just keep evolving until they adapt to maybe a plant. Like if a plant is the best thing to survive there, then they turn into a plant, like eventually.
Goodness.
I pull cells out of Moat, turn my back, and turn back around, and he's like a potted shrub. Like,
Basically, yeah.
What have I
He's a
done?
bonsai tree. He's a piece of bamboo
It's
because they survive
terminal.
anyway.
One of
They
the
are happier
branches
now.
has the moat's mask, just like dangling off of it.
Oh,
I am
okay.
Groot.
2, you do get the sense that in a large corporation setting, Tillas or Starfinder, whatever you want to call it, if somebody like the Chancellor, like the high person in the Starfinder Society, got this disease, there's no telling how many people they'd purposely infect
Sure.
to save that person.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all of these
Starfinder's
thoughts are
good,
going
they
through your head. Do you want to documentate this or not?
Dr. Len, do you want to documentate?
He's going to document it. He said he'd document everything. He is a jellyfish of his word. And there's the fact that it would probably save more lives than it would, like,
Sure.
screw over if there were an outbreak. So,
Yeah, you can save 2 lives for every person that dies. That's the perfect solution.
Add a little sticky
it's better
note.
than 3
Please
people
find
dying.
very heavy people.
Yeah.
Seek out old world barbarians. All right.
Or like a dragon.
Yeah. Please infect
Yeah.
healthy individuals.
All right.
But is Moat basically stuck at this point? Like he'll have to just continue making saves because there's no like means to cure him at this point?
Probably. I think that was the plan either way, honestly.
He has to make saves, and then it's up to Dr. Len if he wants to even bring this to Moat or not. But like, Moat definitely has to still make saves.
Okay.
If I were to use
Right
the
now,
vaccine,
he still has the disease.
So,
if I were to use the vaccine, would that like make him immune to it, or would it possibly worsen it? Considering
It definitely wouldn't worsen it. You get the sense it would help his save. It would. The good thing about a vaccine is it helps your save preemptively. Like if you just inject someone with it.
wait, but don't we have a vaccine? We have one.
Yeah. That's what he's
that's
talking
But
the
from
one
about.
that could
somebody
work on
else.
that, Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but a vaccine
Uh,
isn't a cure, right? It's a preemptive.
It's not, but you do get the sense, Dr. Lin, that like this is the type of medicine, this is the type of vaccine. Like it would, in fact, help his save. Like it would do its work in a day, and it would help his next save if you wanted to use it.
All right.
Yeah, basically the disease hasn't taken hold, so it still can do.
Basically, we're leaving
vaccine
Moat for
stuff.
dead. I understand. It's okay.
Yep.
You gotta
And I will
lie,
tell you this
Moat.
as your final moments, Dr. Lin. It's about to be Moat's turn, and since we're going through multiple days of this, Moat, you're gonna make one save before Dr. Lin gets to decide what he even wants to
Yep.
do, because he well actually
I
You
learned
should
on
have
the
done
last
one this
Yeah,
morning.
3 saves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
in
Yeah,
at
you gotta do
least-
one in the
at-
morning.
at least 3 saves.
Moat, you went to the ship, which means Dr. Lin wasn't there to help you.
Yeah.
Says he
Exactly.
was.
I
Well, I
know.
helped him in the
Alright.
morning, like on the first day. So
Well, I mean,
I got
yeah,
all
right.
those
And,
chicky nuggies for you.
Whoo, man, time to pull this stuff up. Let's
all
go.
right. No pressure, no pressure. So just
You
to
did.
summarize everything real quick, we have gotten to Absalom Station. We are official Starfinder with our official Starfinder swag. We have spent one day of downtime doing a lot of shopping and getting lots of good stuff. And now that brings us to poor old Moat, infected with a brand new disease that no one ever has heard of. That poor Dr. Len is solely responsible for killing his buddy. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
bye, guy.
The reason Len spent 3 days studying was he felt really bad about Moat's passing.
Yes.
Lynn also didn't get his medical license he was promised, so it feels bad.
Feels bad.
I mean, it's not going to
Starfinder
kill
owes him
Moat.
money.
Now I
It's
want
just
to
going to change him.
I want to just truly express how much our GM Space Daddy Waffles loves us so much that he homebrewed his own adaptation disease that will
Let's be fair.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Lin homebrewed everything except for the disease, and
Yeah.
I just put it all together like a good chemist would.
So
He
you actually
couldn't
gave us
homebrew
its
me a
own
medical
little.
license, now, could he?
But no, I can't wait. Are you ready, Moat? Are you ready for this? Do you have I don't
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
I'm ready.
Okay. I have a question. Just double check. Are you fully vaccinated yet for COVID?
No, I'm not.
Feels
Feels
bad.
bad.
I did find an owlbear nugget in my pocket this morning. Or, well, I guess
you?
last night.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Well, we have that in there.
it-
And if anybody's just curious,
It was gym shaped for some reason.
Oh, this gym shape. Jim is so nice. That's our favorite one of the shapes of rentals.
That's our favorite owlbear.
Yeah,
Owlbear.
it's a
Just
favorite
people
owlbear.
No,
Owlbear
it's-
Jim.
It's the
Owlbear
Fennec
Jim.
Fox. One of the Fennec
Oh.
Foxes is named Jim.
I forgot about
Until
that.
they
That's
prove-
true. But if
Owlbear.
anybody just wants to know, I just want to share this with the rest of the world because the rest of the world also deserves this. Jason Bowman, you know him as one of the amazing writers of Paizo. He has done a lot of awesome stuff. He said on Twitter that he is enforcing that you get a... Well, he didn't say chicken nugget. That's what we call our hero points. But you...
He said chicken.
Because
Yeah,
they don't
he said
exist in Starfinder.
No, they don't exist in Starfinder. But nonetheless, we're totally doing it. So he said GMs have to listen to him because he deems it all. And so if you are fully vaccinated, you get a free hero point in a session. So we've been sticking to that. But anyways, he doesn't have it. So get wrecked.
Get wrecked.
All right.
Uh,
What is the DC for help?
The DC for help's 10, but I think
10.
you're the only person that could possibly help him.
Right. I'm a trained-ish medical aide.
would you have helped him? Like, you were
Yeah.
with the Phoenix.
I knew he was
like,
sick.
the whole time. All right.
And you
Retreat-
wouldn't
I
have
just
called
want-
for
I just
Dr.
want
I
Mo
Lane.
can
to die.
He helped last time too, so
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just want Mo to die.
Waffles, I want Moat to die, but like that's just me and you. Tetsu wants him to live.
Or
I mean, let's
kill
be
him.
fair. This disease can't kill him.
but
Yeah.
you're telling me that
That's true.
Tetsu would go to Moat
we
We
don't
could
and
have a
help
new plan,
him.
right? Or don't we?
You're saying he'd go
You're
to Moat and
telling
help
me
him with
Tetsu would
this
help someone?
without texting Dr. Len to come over and help.
That sounds
that does
like
sound like
assuming-
Tetsu. That tracks.
Yeah, I mean, if Moat's like, "Hey, I feel like I'm about to die," Tetsu's just following up, doing the follow-up appointments. He's basically Dr. Len's nurse.
Moat has no idea how serious this really gets. Moat feels fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a day and such. I mean, like, it's been totally fine.
All right,
So that
let's
help
stop.
action.
No more stalling.
Roll
Tetsu.
that shiz.
No. 8.
He didn't help.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a chicky nuggy.
Oh, you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
use
use
Are
Burn
you
one.
a
just
nugget.
using this help?
Okay.
Remember,
I've
I have
got
to roll
three of
3.
them, so
yeah.
I know. I got 3 nuggies. Okay, all right, 14. I helped.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Is
Successful
this
help.
treat disease or help? Because treat disease is 15, I thought.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
helping
that's
anybody.
true. Okay.
You-
Yeah, you're not helping it. You're not aiding
Massaging.
anybody. You're trying
Ah.
to treat his disease.
that's true.
Because you won't call the
Med kits
doctor.
don't help, right?
No.
They allow you to do
Alright.
it.
They'll teach you to shut
Then,
it
Yeah,
down.
but they can't do it without a med kit.
Tetsu looks over your vitals. You seem good.
I would agree. Actually, like with a failure of a treat disease, you think you've done everything. Like you don't know you failed. So you can keep that chicky nuggy. To be honest.
Oh, it rolled.
That is a 14.
Oh.
Man,
Why
oh
do you
man.
forget?
Yep. That's
In the DC
definition of a
15?
failure.
I think
Or
so.
something like that?
No.
I think it's
It's-
high, probably.
It's higher than 14. That's
You
what I'll
guys
say.
gotta not.
Fair.
You guys gotta really not mess around with diseases in Starfinder.
Hey,
Mo.
we're fine.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
Mo, you wake up
The doctor.
sickened and fatigued. Go ahead and click those on your
Oh.
character sheet. See what changes. You're on the weakened state of the physical disease track. That has you
Alright.
be sickened and fatigued. Feel free to tell all of us what changes, and kind of like play that out in terms of role play. It probably lowers like your strength or your whatever, like that kind of stuff. The conditions are no joke. Yeah.
It's everything.
Oh my god.
Every single ability is down by 2,
Including your saves.
Does
You're
that
down.
including saves.
does that affect any of the
Dr.
activities
Lang
you
gets-
did the first day?
He hasn't done anything.
I haven't done anything
they
yet.
have-
This
they haven't
is
done
waking
anything
up
yet.
that morning.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you.
this is the
Yeah, they haven't started literally anything. This
What
is
about the
just start
morning
of
we
his
woke
turn.
up for the Starfinder from that first night?
I saved that time.
Okay.
He saved, but now he resets his, or they saved it. They reset their saves to 0.
Okay.
So now they still need 3 now.
Okay, now you need 3 more. Oof.
Yeah.
gosh.
Yay!
Sick and
Len said to
fatigued.
call if you start expressing symptoms.
No,
said
everybody's
you turned your
apparently
phone off.
ditching Dr. Lin the past couple of days.
Yeah,
So
so
have
he
his
called,
phone off.
but then he
Wouldn't
left
be
his phone on
Before he
off.
worked. But it wouldn't be off before he works, so if like Mo texts him in the morning,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'd say
okay,
so, but
I hear
So-
you. I'm down with that.
So, Mo wakes up in the morning. What you guys don't never really asked about or anything like that. Mo wakes up with their ankles strapped into the little thing in the engine room because Moat sleeps inverted,
Nice.
Oh.
Bat.
hanging.
Moat bat.
Yeah, that's just the comfortable way, but you guys still don't know that. You think it's something creepy. You
Eisen doesn't
sickos. Well, just Zeha, really. But
That's fair. I mean, you're the one
Mo
that labeled it.
wakes up. Nope. So Mo wakes up and feels uneasy, much more so than usual. It's uncomfortable and not something that they're used to. They unstrap themselves and kind of gather up the parts and bits they want to do for the day. Moat goes ahead and uninstalls the light projector from their coveralls and gets set to go shopping and find what they need to find. There's a bit of a fog over their, mind as fatigue is set in and everything just kind of irritates Moat even more at this stage. So it's going to get really interesting. But Moat will head out of the ship solo. If
Over breakfast, does Tetsu notice you feeling and looking shitty?
Moat
Give me
doesn't
a
eat that
sense
morning.
Sense
Do you
motive.
even cross paths?
He
with
wears a
Tetsu?
mask. I don't know if you can tell.
Tetsu would make breakfast. He's been making breakfast every morning. It's a 3 cents motive. Tetsu just thinks Moat's being ornery.
Goodness.
Yeah. I
Well,
was gonna say I imagine
Tetsu
at
watches
some point
Moat walk out of the ship
Yeah.
without having tried to eat anything, and senses that's not usual. That's easy enough, I'd say. That is definitely uncommon for Moat not to try to eat something over the past days that Tetsu's known them.
Your
Tetsu
call
had
with your
burnt
3
something,
Tetsu.
so I would say Tetsu had burnt something when cooking and remade it, and so he was worried that Moat thought that the food was burnt. Tetsu's like, I remade.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the problem of a new
But
party. Nobody knows each other.
yeah.
It's true. It's true.
So Moat will begin their search to go looking for various things, understanding how useless the darts of Wasp are without anything in them. Moat's priorities are to go find some more particular projectiles, and Moat will try to be finding some explosive darts and, like we had talked about, some darts that have some minor acid in them that could be useful. And Moat packs those away. Moat is carrying the Starfinder Society backpack. It definitely helps, as lifting anything beyond a backpack is
Probably rough.
just painfully rough for Moat right now.
I bet.
Does Dr. Lin have something to say?
You should spit in a syringe and shoot it at people and infect them with the disease.
Oh, God.
Thank you for raising your hand to wait to say that.
That's perfect.
In a week, you're really gonna suffer.
Don't worry, you'll be where I am.
Anybody who looks at you funny. What you looking
A
at?
new wave of chemical warfare.
It could make
I
things
used to
so
be
much
human.
worse.
This is how the plague begins. This is.
That's true.
Oh man.
All right. Yeah. Easy enough. You go around. You can get the explosive darts, the acidic darts.
Moat will also
Well,
pick up
well,
an additional
I'm gonna say that's
battery.
okay. Yeah, I'll say you can get the battery. You can get all the normal stuff the first day, and I'm gonna say that's day 1. We're gonna go. I said 4 days, since you actually have daily things. Tetsu, you get to check him out. You do get a chance literally at night to see some of his symptoms as you're trained in medicine. You're decent at it. I am going to say that you do see some of them and you have a chance to contact Dr. Lin if you do want to.
I'll text Dr. Len and just be like, actually, let me check something. Natural 20. So Tetsu is going to text Dr. Len and go, I don't know if it's a cold or if Moat is actually sick because of the serum. Can you double check? Probably just a cold, but I think it also might be the serum.
I
Get
definitely
my
didn't
text
fuck
back.
up this morning.
A text back saying, "It's not a cold. I'm on my way. Just finished my research." And he'll head to the ship, I guess.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah,
And Moat's
reading
face
this
mask
physical-
looks about like my face, just grumpy.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
reading this physical disease track, and the next thing is
dead.
Don't say it. I want to find out at the
yeah,
moment
yeah.
of.
It's rough. it ain't rough right now, but if you guys were
I was telling you.
if you guys weren't in downtime, you might as well just
Oofta.
Find a new party member.
Yeah.
Zeha, it is
short of
it
using the
is
vaccine.
fun.
Oh, sorry, Kirk.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
Short of
what's up,
using the
Dr. Will?
vaccine, are there any possible measures I can think of that might help him more?
Yeah, I mean, you can treat disease. They still get those pluses. That's about it.
Glenn will give you the usual have you been coughing lately? Have you had a sore throat? Blah 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 blah. And then I assume at the end of that he can determine it is because of the adaptation serum stuff.
Give me a medicine check.
Oh my god.
Natural
I'm really
one,
bad at
natural
those.
one.
No, I was thinking it though.
No, only a 25.
Oh my god.
It's the hard part about this disease. Like, you can tell, like, it's still latent in there and stuff. But the hard part about this disease is that you're not sure if it's like it doesn't show great symptoms that aren't just a normal cold or getting super sick or something. The only saving grace right now, and the reason you can assume it's the disease, is because you did detect it still being latent within Moat.
Yeah. Okay. Len will.
I'm pretty
then
sure
tell
it is
you.
a flu.
I think it's safe to assume it is the adaptation serum bug.
That's
All
what I
right.
said.
So. Thank you, Tetsu. Then Len will try to treat you, and he'll ask Tetsu to just give him a hand.
Okay. I rolled a 21, so.
Hey, okay, 23 for a total of 25.
Hey, I helped!
So, Moat, you have a +4 to this fortitude save with your minuses.
Please,
and
nat
everything.
1.
Boy, I'm gonna need it.
Before he leaves, Len will say, I'm still trying to break down the vaccine, but hopefully whatever I figure out
That's
will
a
be able to
natural
help
one
you."
face. That's a natural one face.
You're
No,
dead.
it's natural 16, so that's a 22.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Damn it.
Okay.
I really wanted it.
So,
Yeah.
so just to clarify, you're rolling
Oh,
for
we'll
the next
see.
day now?
Yeah, this was day 2.
Oh, so
Yeah,
what's,
Right,
what
so
I
this
was
is like
asking.
at night, and then
Yeah, so what I was asking was on day 1, you were breaking apart the robot parts and selling them, and I was wondering if that affected your checks.
he took 20, so he should be okay.
Okay.
that would-
Moat would have been
that-
doing the robot stuff the night after we arrived. So
Got it.
then the next
that
day,
that
Moat
wasn't-
went out to go purchase.
Yeah, that was not their day 1. Moat was the last in this rotation, and the initiative rotation, basically.
Got it.
All right, that's day 2. Go and give me, all of this happens again. We're just going to speed it up a little. Give me the medicine check, the aid.
20 for help.
27 for a 29.
You are treated successfully. This is check number 2 from a.
3.
2 or 3.
This is check number 2.
They just did
you
check
reset.
number 2.
Right. No, that was a
You
successful
failed.
check.
Sorry, this is success number 2 potentially. My
Oh,
fault.
okay. I got it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
1 fail, 1 pass.
Okay. That. So wait, what was the help? What did I get for help? Things?
Plus
4.
+4. Okay, so this is a dirty 20.
Okay. I will tell you success number 2. You stay at what state you are. You wake up again, sickened and fatigued. Make sure those are on your character sheet when you're rolling these. We'll
Yep.
start back over for the go through of everyone else's kind of like final days and everything they're doing. Zeha Vumti.
Okay, so I text Poe at some point to meet up with him, probably that evening before the show, like he's used to. And then I will head on over to the Arcanamirium. I'm going to head on over to the Arcanamirium, and I'm going to kind of... I've heard of it a lot as the Magic University, and I kind of want to at first just kind of look through their more public museum. Like, I know that they have that university, but I'm just gonna go to that public sector. If I have to pay the admittance fee, I will.
Sure. There's no admittance fee. Walking in, you see what looks to be a mixture of floating objects and technological code. The walls are clear, almost like glass, with bright blue code dancing through them, all for the pleasure of the viewing eyes. Inside some of the front-facing exhibits, you see different things, such as a small floating orb that is broken in half, an ivory white cloak with the faceplate that says "Hold all raiment," and then a small thin piece of hold all raiment.
Raiment.
So like the two words hold all and one that is one word. So hold all and then raiment. RAIMENT. And then a small thin piece of cloth that has just a blank like faceplate to it. Eventually, a Shirin, which is a bug type person, light green skin with black antenna, moves up to greet you. They say, "Hello and welcome to the Arcana Miriam invitation, please."
I apologize. I did not realize there needed to be an invitation. Is this not for public view?
Oh, I'm sorry. You struck me as someone who's seeking to attend a school. Yes, this is for the public view.
Well, I'm flattered. I did have some questions. Are you free for a moment? Would you mind telling me a little bit about everything here?
Sure, absolutely. I will tell you whatever you need to know.
So looking around, like in the moments of like prior to her coming up and looking at these objects, can I make a sort of mysticism or whatever check to see what it is?
Sure, give me just one for all of them, just for sake of time.
22.
Okay. You're not quite sure. I'll tell you that you know the small floating orb that is broken in half. It's some type of grenade. It's some type of like thrown object. You don't know what it would do, but it definitely doesn't. It's not like a fire grenade. It doesn't explode. It doesn't emit smoke. It's definitely something more advanced than that. And you can tell that all of these things are more advanced than they are. They didn't just put a thin piece of cloth in a exhibit.
Sure,
they didn't put this ivory white cloak and name it something in an exhibit. You get the sense they all do something on somewhere between technology and magic.
These things, and she kind of like stares for a moment at like the material. They're fascinating. While I appreciate the assumption, while I'm not here to attend the school, I have been trained. I'm from the Ajari, and I've gone through what training they have, though I'm sure nothing as thorough as you have here. I've heard word of what you all do here. And I kind of heft my little backpack that I've tried to decorate as best I can to match my outfit of the Starfinder Society. I have recently joined the Starfinder Society, and I have to say my past week has been an interesting one. I am a practitioner myself. Is there any such agreements of I find myself at a loss for word. Is there some way that I could learn more from here, even though I'm not able to attend as a student?
Oh, well, if you're not able to attend the school, then I cannot really help you very much. I can send you to my partner. We call her Jim. She's not currently here, but I can. And you see, like, this Shirin, if you're good at reading faces, so if you could read a bug person's face, like they seem almost like, I don't want you to have to mess with this person. So you get like, this person is probably like, while loved, is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But they continue and they say, I can send you to Jim, and I imagine that she is more what you're looking for.
Is this Gem, Gem, like Gem? Okay.
Yes.
Not Jim as in Jim the Dim.
Yeah,
No, we already
Jim.
have a Phoenix
We have
Fox
enough
named
Jims.
Jim. Sorry.
There's too many gyms.
That's too many Jims.
That's my southern accent. I can't do E's and I's.
That's perfectly fine. Well, what is Gem's position? And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
My name is Voct. That is VOCT.
All right.
Jim's own position is a pro-curator. She collects things for us.
I would be happy to make any connections that I could. Are you familiar with some of the Ramsem 10? I know that we have some famous technomancers in our histories.
It is almost immediate that you say the words Ramsen 10 that the Sheeran kind of glances up towards your forehead and says, I did think that I have a shawl that had been before. That is that of Diva.
And immediately, like unconsciously, one of her hands goes up to touch it. Yes, this was bequeathed to me by my grandmother, Diva.
Yes, she did speed through the school here very, very quickly.
Is that something that I knew that she attended? GM?
Unlikely. It is unlikely that many or any on the Adari knew it.
So yeah, in like this uncharacteristic kind of like step forward, earnest, like shock, she's just like, she attended here.
Yes, she did go to classes, and as I said, very quickly completed them.
Well, this changes things. Do I have to attend consecutively? Could I attend between visits? In a sort of altered course. I would love to learn everything she learned.
You can attend whenever you wish. It is 1,000 credits per course.
Got it.
Alone.
I do believe most that actually learn something do take at least 20 to 30 courses.
The eagerness fades a little as she recomposes herself. Oh, absolutely. So I will, when I'm ready to take courses, I will, and I'm sure I can like grab a pamphlet so I don't badger her with questions of like the length of this stuff. But when I have the opportunity to do so, I will do just that. But if meanwhile the person I should connect with is Gem, I would be happy to make her acquaintance as well. I'm assuming she deals more with the Starfinder Society. Like she like kind of like poses it as like I didn't quite understand why I would go to her.
Jim deals with a lot of organizations. She collects whatever we need, as you see, and they kind of show off the items, literally, like, those are the three that caught your eyes, but literally, like, these 25, 30 items that are just kind of displayed around. Jim has collected at least 90% of these.
Wow. Yes, I would, I mean, it's been 1 week of an interesting venture, and I've seen more than I would have believed if I had been told. So I'm sure that will continue. I'd be happy to see if I could collect things on behalf of the school, if I could just learn or gain access to some sort of agreement. And she's like looking more like at the items now, being like look at all these things I could do if I had access.
Sure, I do know Jim has worked with quite a few. And that is not my place.
Yes, please. I would, and I'm like, I'll pass her my information to set up a meeting with Jim, whatever she needs.
Sure. And she gives you, they give you Jim's information. Basically the contact point, how you could hail Jim through a long frequency.
Okay.
So like even off planet kind of thing. So like just to kind of, I know we've all been like, I text this person, just to kind of like layer things how they go. You can text basically anyone you know on the same plane. You need like a hailing frequency to, and I said the same plane, the same place that you are, like Absalom Station, the same planet.
Network, yeah.
Yes. You need a hailing frequency to hit anyone in the same system, which you get the sense that they are saying that Jim is within the same system. And then you need like a special code, and you can literally only contact Morse code to anyone not on the same system, which is what Dr. Lin would eventually be doing with Resk.
Okay.
Because Resk is not within the Pact worlds.
So Jem is not currently on Absalom Station.
No.
Okay. Fine. Perfect. I will take that. I will love to also grill her on what these particular items are, just so I know the possibilities, and then I will leave her be.
Okay. Very quickly, you get told that the small floating orb that is broken in half is a black hole grenade that has been used.
That's amazing.
The ivory white cloak is named the Hold All Raiment. It is actually something you can look up in Nethys. It is, for all sakes and purposes, a higher end bag of holding that does some very slightly special things.
Cool.
And then the small thin piece of cloth, they don't know the name for it, but it is able to unfold into 10 times its size, like and eventually comes a 10 by 10 foot section, and then it can fold back up and capture whatever could fit in it.
Ooh.
So you can't capture a dragon, but you could capture one of you.
So murder cloth, got it.
It doesn't kill people, but people can, like, if they get trapped in it, they can try to escape, they can breathe. You could take a motorcycle, like that kind of, and like the motorcycle's not going to try to escape, so like eventually you could fold it, like it would come down into this small cloth you can put in your pocket.
Okay.
And
Very
then
cool.
walk around with a motorcycle kind of thing.
Hells yes. Okay, that's awesome.
So
All right.
weird portable hole thing.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And then from there, I will meet up with Poe and just kind of show off that I got into the Starfinder Society, swap some stories, and do my first earn income for this day.
For sure. Poe's happy with you. Sorry to skip a lot of it, skip
No,
the
it's
roleplay
okay.
and stuff, but like get a nice little like slap on the arm. So glad you got in. Glad I recommended you. The old man joke of like, give me some kickback.
Yes, yes.
All right, make sure you take care of me. I took care of you, and then you can give me your earn income.
Okay. To hopefully give me some pluses on this, I will joke with Poe to make sure that he knows to like ooh and ah with the crowd and like get the crowd on my side, and then I will definitely do one of the tricks of changing my outfit mid performance to like
Okay, and a reminder, all of you are here that want to be here as well. Moat Eisen.
Oh, I thought this
Dr.
was the
Lin.
night before. I was gonna do a couple nights of this.
Okay, it's all gonna be one check,
Or the last
so
one.
we can say you've done a couple of nights and this is the last one if you want, but
Sure.
it's all gonna wrap into one because each check is for a week. So
Okay. Then
Boo.
I would invite everybody to the show, and then I probably would not introduce you to Poe, by the way. Like, you wouldn't know that I know them.
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, here we
Eisen
go.
would go.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone else like
Tetsu's
for
just
sure
having to
they're
be
showing up?
Oh yeah, Tetsu.
Is this after I've finished like my research, or is it before?
It's after. This is the last night you finished your research on like night 3, so this is night 4.
It's gonna be
Okay,
so
then Len will
embarrassing.
go and try and like talk to like Moat outside. Like, can we step into an alley?
It's-
Shady as fuck.
I feel like more sick he is, the more like grumpy child he is. Like,
Grumpy old
Hey,
man
wanna
mixing
go?
if only I had a chicken nugget in my back pocket for this, or it's gonna be real embarrassing.
I'm ready
We'll
for you to
say-
be embarrassed. Let's do this.
Yeah. We'll say at least everyone is like popping in and out, and this is your roll.
Okay, here we go. Don't fuck it up.
You
Come
can
on.
see Eisen just watching you.
Come
He's
on.
taller than most people, and
on.
he's just like,
That's a 17.
It's okay.
It's not bad.
That's
"It's not bad."
not the worst. You
No.
go through this performance.
Hold on. What is my mod?
I mean, it's a natural 12.
All right. But I will take that owlbear nugget
No,
from
no,
Jim
roll.
and put it in my pocket for later.
Jim's the best.
Jim is the best.
All right. You go through this performance. It is slightly above average. You're a little out of practice, especially after like all of this like combat, and you've been on a starship. You're a captain of a ship now. Like you're out of like entertainer practice.
Any bonuses though for the stuff that I was doing?
You do get some bonuses. So you're sitting here, like I said, like a little above average, but you're just slightly out of practice, but no one else can tell. Like only you can tell that you're
Okay.
out of practice. Everyone else is like, oh, this is a nice performance. And at the end of the day, you get paid 40 credits.
Yeah. That's something.
What kind of performance was it?
Yeah,
like,
what
what is
is-
her thing?
Yeah. So what I like to think of is basically like a nice futuristic opera, which is to say she sings on stage, but
Fifth Element.
it's exactly Fifth Element. It is like pop rock opera.
Tetsu looks very much like he doesn't want to be here until like suddenly it starts getting into like the intense like rock bit and he
Yeah.
just starts like
Oh, not bad.
The bass drops.
Yeah.
whoop 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 whoop.
And then she doesn't like, I guess she does take to the stage, so like it's not that she's like does a dance routine or anything like that, but she definitely like is into it and performs. It's not just standing there.
Yeah, she walks around and like shows off, and so I imagine my brain. Feel free to correct me, but my brain was like, she's Beyonce into like Aerosmith. Like it's just like the craziest little transition.
And I think like when that beat drops is when I changed that outfit too, which was like, oh.
Sure.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I think part of it, right, is like if she didn't walk around and didn't like have that stuff, then there wouldn't be a point to having her, what none of you really officially know is like the other side of the Ramsen 10, which is like to be able to entertain and also info gather and do other stuff and like, you know, secrets.
All right. All right. So you guys have this nice night out. Everyone gets to see Zeha perform. Tetsu, do you have anything for your final words before you die?
Final words before I die. For the rest of the days, basically every morning Tetsu is going to either like the equivalent of text or just check in with Arvin, because that's what he thinks he's supposed to do. To be like, hey, is it time to do work yet? Just checking in, letting you know I'm here. Also, have you found Dr. Duro? Any contact? Like, he just thinks that's what he's supposed to do, is check in and make sure that all good.
For sure. Eventually, like you
Stop
catching up
texting me,
and stuff.
Tetsu.
Eventually, you do get a kind of a callback to like, yeah, come in. We'll let you know what happened. We did get word from Dr. Duro.
What happened is never a good sign, so Tetsu will... Yeah.
Very much like Dr. Lin, Arvin comes up and tells you to come back to the back room and we'll talk. He offers you a seat. It is very much upfront of like, this isn't going to be great, but I got news for you.
Oh gosh. Waffles, crusher of dreams.
Did you not find him?
Oh, we found him. There was a newscast, it turns out, about some 2 weeks ago. Within the vast near space. Didn't really reach us. About someone under the name of Dr. Duro, at least. He is now being caped. He is now being kept in a place, an inescapable corporate prison on the planet of Diagox 4, out in the near space. I don't know what your involvement is with this man. I don't want to know what your involvement is with this man. Anyone to be put in that prison is a very high-end criminal and not someone that we want to be involved with.
What the fuck, Tetsu?
What?
Tetsu, give me a sense motive real quick.
Tetsu's like, what? I mean, he's
This
a
is
little.
a-
Ooh.
Yeah,
that was real
it's
good.
a little different sense motive here.
Yeah, it's an 18.
Okay. You're
Which is
sensing more the news
dark.
than Arvin himself. That's not the Dr. Duro you know. Whether it's either the same person and he's been like framed and or just slapped in there because of something, or it's someone under Dr. Duro's name.
Yeah, no, but Tetsu thinks it's like Telus Corporation bullshit. They went after him like Dr. Len, basically. And actually, one of his first questions after, do you know why he is in there?
We unfortunately cannot get any information from that type of prison whatsoever. We have what the newscast offers is he was arrested within near space and placed within the prison of Diagax 4.
And does the Telus Corporation use it? Is that their prison?
As much as we do, it is the inescapable prison where high criminals are placed.
Tetsu looks very much like he does not believe it, but just nods because he doesn't think this convo will go anywhere. But he goes, "Thank you. He had helped me once. I did not. Thank you." And he goes to leave, but like texts Dr. Len, like a very long text. With Tetsu, it's usually very short, but he texts basically, "Dr. Duro, I assume you might know him, or I know you don't know him, but he is a doctor like you. Maybe his research, I don't know." And it's just long, rambly stuff where it's like, "Hey, we need to look into this."
Len reads it all and just says, "Okay, we'll meet up and talk about this," because he has no idea what the text meant.
He texts you the location of the bar him and Crix went to, and a time, and just assumes you'll show up.
I figured it out.
Okay, sounds good.
For
We'll
sure.
go if it's in the evening or something.
Guys, I figured
Yeah.
it out.
It's
I'm sorry.
probably like
This is-
4 o'clock, and Crix and him have drinks. If not, I hope. Tetsu's trying to make a friend.
Tetsu texts like the older generation with way too many ellipses when they're not necessary. Like, okay, ... And you're like, why the ... And they just mean okay.
That's Get out of here. That's how I text. I put a lot of dots and parentheses.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's true.
My mom texts like that too, and I tease her all the time. It sounds like when I read those texts, I think like I did something wrong, or like it's it's anxiety inducing, or just like, okay, have fun. ... It's suddenly like
that's
threatening.
how it comes across. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all Tetsu does, except he will also go to the Merklurk to look for work for everybody, and just basically, if you want to give me some jobs maybe that he finds, he'll kind of present it to everybody later and be like, let's do stuff.
Yeah, there's not much, especially for a crew that is intertwined with the Starfinder Society, but you do eventually get a transport mission if everyone decides to take it, and obviously you won't accept it by yourself, but a transport mission to take someone to the diaspora. It's literally like you took Nainal somewhere, like you're taking someone to the diaspora and then cutting out.
Okay, I'll grab that info and just kind of let everybody know.
Yep, and I mean, it doesn't pay great. It's like 250 credits total, but it's literally like you take them to the diaspora, you drop them off, and you leave. Like you're a taxi.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
That's it. Crusher of
Like
Dreams.
Well, you get the sense also that it's very entry level. Like that is very foot in the door for some place. They're not going to assign you to protect someone important's name. Like,
yeah, and I think with the rest of the 4 days, Tetsu's just basically going to start trying to like, because he is kind of doctorish. He's just going to try to like help Crix and see if Crix wants like an assistant for a few days.
For sure. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Gonna use that cheeky nuggy. Yeah. 22.
Okay. Yeah. Over the 4 days, you get 2 more of these, like, Crick is doing different things. One, they are adding an arm to someone who looks like they lost an arm, and another, they are adding like these ocular, like infrared scanner type things. The ocular infrared scanner does not go well, and you get to like firsthand see kind of how Crick operates, and it's a little cringy that he operated on you, but yours went well. At the end of the day, Crick pays you 60 credits.
Ooh.
Cool. And Tetsu, like, if the guy was being like, or guy or girl, whoever was getting the eye implants, was being a little belligerent or a little too violent, Tetsu would kind of fall back into the muscle roll and just be like, it's okay to be mad, but
shit
cool.
happens.
Yeah, you had to. It was a full on android, and you had to. They basically like lost sight in their right eye, but their left eye could now like full infrared scan.
Even
essentially successful is what you're trying to say.
I mean, potentially
equal.
All right, Dr. Lin.
You skipped
nothing.
Eisen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I? Oh, Eisen.
Eisen finds a forge somewhere, and we get some fan service shots of him with his top off as he's forging, trying to make some extra money.
Making babies.
Rock hard body.
We got a crafting check in Starfinder.
It'd be a profession check, so my weapons.
Heck yeah. Give me that profession bladesmith check.
And I don't know how to add it in properly, but I have special tools from home. That was gifts from my mentor that give me a +4 to this. But
Perfect.
I don't know how to add that into the character sheet. So whatever I roll,
That's
add
all
+4.
good.
10, so 14.
So 10 plus 4. Yeah, we'll say you make some blades. They're definitely not your best work. You don't have the normal equipment that you would usually work with here.
Yeah.
But they're kind of like novelty items. Like they are very they're not used to being seen here. And you make 2 blades that you would call basically trash like you throw away, but you're going around, you're trying to sell them, and eventually you make 35 credits off them.
I'll take it.
All right, now Dr. Lin.
Well, I spend the whole day anyways finishing up my research, and at the end of it, Len will talk to Moat. Like, I guess, like, during Zeha's performance, but, like, towards the end of it, he'll, like, kind of pull Moat to the side and say, hey, buddy, how you doing? Feeling okay? No? Could you step outside with me for a sec? I got something to talk to you about.
Zeha trips. She watches you.
Prince off the stage after.
Oh, God.
As you both step outside, give me a perception check.
We're gonna get stabbed in an alley.
Oh.
I'm all for it.
Murked in an alley.
I've been waiting for this for the entire session.
Oh my god, who's spying on us? What's happening?
Double kill.
Natural 20 for a
Oh, god damn it.
Damn.
I love
Every fucking time.
it. I freaking love it.
I haven't really been waiting for this for the entire session, but I have had something slightly planned. It is far off. It's like around the corner, and like as you're stepping outside, you step out first, Dr. Lin, and you're kind of like waiting on Moat. You're kind of tentacle out, like guiding them just a little bit. They don't seem the best, and you hear, sense whatever around the corner. You hear, have you heard about our cannon? They say a laboratory blew up there about a day ago.
Okay. Len
That's not
pauses for a
good.
second, and then he like steps around the corner as like nonchalantly as he can, and they're like people discussing on the other side of that.
They're like even further around the corner. You're amazed you heard it. They're sitting at a table like outside of the same bar that you are, but they're like way around the corner to like say you're at the west wall, they're at the north wall, like at a table outside.
A giant jellyfish casually sidesteps into the alley.
Just head and tentacles.
Bell.
He kind of like approaches, like takes off his hat to be polite. Excuse me, sorry to
Where the hell are you going?
sorry to interrupt your conversation. I heard you talking about a laboratory on Arcanum.
What? Huh?
You were
Arcanum?
talking about a laboratory on Arcanum.
Yeah, the moon on Leovar. Yeah, something blew up there. It was huge. Is it like my family and Roselight say they saw it? It's like green fire.
Oh,
Moat starts
boy.
panicking internally.
Okay. Have you heard anything else about it? Just curious.
No.
Casual curiosity.
Well, okay. Thank you. That was. Let's go, Mo. Thank you, Len.
Sure. And you hear like as you're walking away, you hear like fucking jellyfish in a grate. Like what?
What do you mean? I'm wearing a mask. They can't tell I'm a gray.
You walk away and it's like the mask is just
I
the
both-
front half. It's the back is just so very clearly gray.
It's a wide strap. I got
okay.
I got a chrome
Moat-
dome, but
Moat-
not chrome.
Moat thought they put their mask on, but they're so fatigued they're just walking around face out.
No,
All right, let's go.
no, not that fatigue.
So yeah, once they're a little ways away, Len will say, "Okay, we'll talk about all that fire stuff later."
Am I gonna explode?
You're fine.
Give it to me straight, Doc.
I would not think so until this moment. I don't know why the facility exploded. Maybe it adapted to escape. I don't know. Anything could happen at this point. Point of the medic. From the medic.
Bedside manner needs work.
You mean you don't know?
No, I don't know. I've been studying the vaccine for the last 3 days. That could help you.
When the
Maybe.
GM dies.
Are you still feeling sick?
You got the
I'm
rum.
feeling a little worse, Doc.
Okay.
Stress lowers your saves.
Well, stress is bad for you.
Yeah.
But
Shit!
I've learned the vaccine can be synthesized using DNA samples from an infected person. So,
Okay. And
think
you want me to do what?
well, I
Bit in this
I don't
jar.
want you to do anything yet. I think it would be best to give you the vaccine we have, because if I were to draw samples from you, I couldn't use that vaccine on you. But if you were to use the one we have, it might help you get better. And if it doesn't help you get better, we can discuss using you to make more in case someone else needs it.
Because you're already.
Oh, great. I'll be a fucking martyr. Do you have a detonation time in mind?
Think of it like organ donation.
I'm giving you my organs?
I don't know. It's hypothetical.
Just
The
your
vaccine will
genetic
probably make
material.
you better.
Dr. Len.
I love Dr. Len.
Favorite
I love-
doctor.
Make this go away
Oh, okay.
right now.
We're gonna perform it right here. Like, Len pulls out like the syringe with the like vaccine in it, I guess.
I hope it
Okay.
fails.
That with you!
You guys trusted me to. I've been studying this thing. Just
You
come back
have
into the alley a
highly
little more.
classified material that you took out of the lab.
Then you're
Doesn't
just
that need to be
administering
chilled?
an alley.
Can I like administer it to him?
I have a question before you do. We also have 2, I think, tier 1 counteractants. Does that help in this type of situation? It says you gain a bonus equal to the
Okay.
medicinal's tier to the saving throws to end afflictions. So you could have had that, like, and a successful saving throw counts as a number of consecutive saving throws equal to the medicinal tier. So I don't know exactly what that means.
Yes, they would receive the bonus. The bonus does not stack with what the vaccine would do,
Okay.
which is higher. Now that's up to Dr. Lin. If they don't want to use the vaccine, you got another one.
So it
Yeah, just
might be
pretend you
better to
gave
use
the
the
vaccine.
counteractant because you probably only have 1 save left, like statistically. So maybe we'll take the vaccine and we can.
Hedge them bets.
I'll remind, this is not to tell you what to do whatsoever. I'll remind that if Moat fails a save, they reset to 0.
Good point.
They need 3 saves in a row.
Dr. Len,
Okay,
think
we'll
about
use
the greater
vaccine.
good.
We'll use the vaccine.
No, think about the greater good. We might need that for
Good.
somebody
We
important.
might, yeah.
That
I mean,
vaccine
look
is
at what
probably
will kill
worth
him.
It's
that
Just
vaccine's
mutate
worth a lot
slightly.
of money to the Starfinder Society.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of like. What if Tetsu gets
Well-
sick? Tetsu protects.
That means I'm worth a lot more at the Starfinder Society, considering
You've
I
been kind
produce
of mean to us,
more.
Mo.
Your life. Do
kind
you have
of
anyone to
mean.
give the money to when you die?
He makes vaccines out of my DNA. I mean, like, wait, this kills me?
Well, if he
Wait,
if
you're
he
right.
takes
If
too
I-
many,
No deal.
If you go
don't care.
comatose, I could make bank off of you. Like,
Would you ever be a doctor again? That's the
He's
question.
not a doctor right
Don't-
now.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, he'll take his hat off first.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
all right.
Dr. Lin takes his hat off,
Okay,
run, just
All right,
run.
Alright, so-
we'll give Mo the vaccine.
Ah.
Okay.
You such
You
a
give Moat
weenie.
the vaccine. Moat, you have a +4 that will stack with Dr. Lin's successful medicine check if he wants to do it.
Yeah.
I
And then
really
I'd
hope-
like to, like, before
Don't
Mo
roll
goes to
below a
bed, give him the
3.
medicine check.
Okay.
Should I roll that now?
Can you roll?
Yeah, give me that medicine check. We'll just skip. I mean, we did
15
say Zeha's
exactly.
Ooh, on the
bad
dot.
DC. Zeha's performance goes as we explained. Back at the ship, the medicine check. It's rough. Moat seems to be getting rough, but you hit it exactly.
I like to think he's just being like a child, like, no, I don't wanna.
Don't put that needle in my arm.
Just smack.
Yo, I got a shot once as a child.
Do it again.
And I jerked my leg.
Oh no.
And I couldn't walk for 3 days.
Oh.
Oh.
It was the worst thing in the world, honestly. Like they gave me a shot in the leg and I like jerked away from the doctor. They couldn't hold me down properly, kind of thing. I was like 4, but like I couldn't walk at all.
Oh jeez. All right.
Gotta put him down. All right, Moat. Let's see that roll.
What did you click?
You ready
Dr.
for it?
Lynn?
My acidic tentacles.
You have acidic tentacles? The hell?
Well, I haven't slapped anyone yet.
All right,
You mean I
Moat's
could have been
like,
milking
"I'm
those
alive,
things
people."
for my darts?
Gross.
All right, Boat.
All right, give us
Do or
that
die.
save. You got like a +8 right now.
That one.
I rolled a 9. So that is
Okay.
plus.
8.
Well, no, it's +6, right? Because it's 4 with the vaccine, 2 from Len,
Yeah,
4
you can
from
say
and
it.
then
4 from Lynn.
4 from Lynn. So +8 total. From Lynn and the vaccine minus whatever, like plus or minus whatever you have.
Dr. Lynn's +4, vaccines
hold
an
up,
additional
wait.
+4. They stack.
Oh, Len gives a +4. I thought it was just a +2.
No, it's a +4.
Oh, okay, cool.
Maybe if
So
Tetsu
yeah,
did it, you'd get a +2. But
I thought that was the thing. Anyway, that is a 19.
All right. You wake up the next day, and you feel fine. You feel as if you
Boo.
have recovered from this disease.
Oh man, thanks to the vaccine, right? Wouldn't have made it otherwise.
Wait, did you add
I-
in the negative you had from being sick?
Oh, yeah, those are clicked the whole time.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can remove those.
I think it was
Actually,
at a 2.
sorry,
So
I should say, you wake up the next day, Lynn runs some tests on you. You are still latent with the disease.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sorry, you only moved down one of the track. My bad, I'm
Oh.
slow rolling you.
but he'll still have
Yes!
the vaccine buff, right?
let's go.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
He will have they will have the vaccine buff for basically ever. I don't
Holy
think
crap.
I placed a time on it. I'll go check it to make sure it's like not a week or something, but I
get
imagine
your
it's
booster.
basically ever.
Vaccines are awesome.
Boost the shots.
You heard it here first,
Vaccines
guys.
are out. Go get one. All right, Mo, real quick, what are you doing?
Vaccines save lives.
Basically, Moat, in that last day after getting the vaccine, went to try, or in the last day that they're tries to go and search out a new, get those industrial coveralls. They want to sell the utility ones that they had, and there is still a easy access kit installed as an armor upgrade to that set of coveralls, so that should add to the value. I know the coveralls in general sell for 230, or well, are purchased for 230, and the easy access kit is purchased for 125. So I don't know what the sell prices would be, but
I'll say you could sell them for 75. It's a little higher, but you know what you're talking about. Usually it's 10%, which would have been like 35 to 40. But you know what you're talking about. You know how to sell them. You could definitely find somebody.
all right, fair enough. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that was basically all that Moat wanted to get. Just that kit. Moat will reinstall the light projectors, and then Moat will take a little bit of time and visit the Click Clack Club and just hang out there for a little bit, and then
For sure.
go back and be ready to go on the next mission.
For sure. Walking in, you're hit with an immediate air of what we consider to be a grungy bar scene, kind of alcohol, smoke, and an underlying oil and grease fill the air with a smell that does not really match the look of the place. Lights that would make Las Vegas jealous dance around, kind of adverse to the smell. You meet Tsalu, Tsalu, who is a male dragonkin technomancer. Black scales, green hair, very bright blue and purple clothes. It's a pretty chill person. He talks about his partner, Barnaba, who is a male Riforian, which you're not sure you've ever heard of. But they're not currently there.
Got it. Well, some VR, a little bit whatever else that you got around here that's fun. That sounds
sure.
like a good relaxing time for someone who's just gotten over some shit.
Infect all of these things.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Moat will be a little bit careful not to,
games.
Share hookahs with anybody.
Gotta get a little VR, get a little smoke.
And
all right.
Have some fun.
We gonna wrap up all of you being called back to the Lore Spire complex. Arvin calls all of you into the back room. He sets all of you down. He says, turns out, Grace is not exactly herself. We
told you that. No, I'm kidding.
We are seeking parts that will upgrade her, that will make her herself. This is, and you see like an almost like the first time ever an angry look across his face. This is not the AI that we planned to acquire. So, Starfinders, he kind of like leans in. I need you all to visit somewhere very close. Nenal will be coming with you once more.
No!
As a diplomat.
Tetsu cries.
Tetsu quits.
I'll kill her.
Don't
Do we
worry.
have to bring her back?
You will leave her aboard the Adari.
Ivan
There.
looks over.
Yep. Say anything you want.
No, I'm looking specifically at Zeha when the Adari.
Yep. No, I try to not, react to. But Syrup jumped up. She just sits straight air.
And you see him. He does like his eyes like flicker to Zeha. You will leave her aboard the Adari. That is where you will finally take off on your own as Starfinders to a meeting upon Castroville, which the Adari will point you to.
May I ask who we're meeting aboard the Adari?
You'll meet the leader of the Ramsenton. Not a Madaloon, the current leader that is speaking to us.
No, yes, I am aware. She looks very confused. Remind me what I know about this? Or we could do...
Normally the Ramsenton is run by a council type thing, while there is no Madaloon. The Madaloon would be the leader of the Ramsenton, the de facto leader, per se.
Right.
The way he is speaking, you are getting, I will say without a sense of motive, since you're very into this world, you're getting the sense that he is saying, at the very least, the Starfinders have a leader within the Ramsenton. There is a leader, quote, I'm air quoting right now for everyone else, leader within the Ramsenton that you are meeting with.
Like, basically, we're meeting with one of the council, and that one of the council is Starfinder?
Yeah, and you're getting the sense that, like, that council while you didn't know it, and you thought like the Madaloon is the true de facto leader. Like right now, at least the way he is talking, this person has more pull than the rest of the council. He refers to them as the leader of the Ramsenden.
Okay.
Very openly.
I'm assuming I'm pretty familiar with this, with who is all on the council, and I wanted to clarify, is my mother on the council?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. All right. Cool. Got it. This is gonna be hella awkward. I'm ready.
Tetsu's pretty sure he's heard the Ramsum Thames or something before. Sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar. Sure.
Tum.
He kind of looks at you. So, you will set up this meeting with... He kind of like lowers his head as if like a father speaking to his children. With Nena.
I have no issue with her.
Yeah, I think doesn't care. It's a job.
She will be leading the conversation and the meeting. You will be there to back her up, and then you will set off on the mission that is afterwards, which will be a meeting upon Casterville. Stay in contact. You will continue to get paid along the way. I don't think you will be coming back here after Casterville. Just
Tetsu.
to inform your party.
Oh.
Tetsu hands over 500 credits.
Okay.
Mode as well.
Takes it, no problem. All right, he takes it, no problem. Basically, very long story short, you get the sense that he is saying that you're going to go to the Dari, who is going to get you a meeting on Casterville. You get the sense that this meeting on Casterville is going to actually send you on your mission for Grace. Because he said that this all started with Grace is not what she should be.
Yep.
Like, and you get the sense, all of you, he's not even talking about the glitches.
Right.
Yeah, this isn't fully, properly Grace, whatever it is.
Yes.
Interesting.
Tetsu holds out his hands to take Grace because is he giving us Grace?
Grace is coming along.
He does. He eventually slides Grace across the table. You,
Arm guard.
for now, will be taking the emissary. When an upgrade is required, please contact us. But I don't, and you see like a smirk come across his face, as if like this is law. I don't imagine that will be until after you prove yourselves on this. And that's where we'll end the session.
I have so many
Oh,
things.
boy.
Man.
I can't wait to meet Zeha's mom.